helicopters also have the ability to insert troops onto the coastal regions or onto ships as required using slithering operations. And the marine commandos of the Indian Navy use these helicopters for their critical operations. Now, these Seahawk helicopters will form the backbone of the Indian Navy to provide in-depth sea capabilities all the way from anti-submarine, anti-mine, anti-ship, slithering operations. And these multitude of capabilities make these helicopters unique, and they have one of the best in the world, used by the top navies such as the British and American navies as well. And these are definitely going to provide a very significant boost to the Indian Navy's capabilities. They will be commissioned today. A new squadron will be commissioned today in Goa at INS Hansa. And this squadron will be in addition to the already commissioned 4 squadrons of these Seahawk helicopters.
All right, let's go through the reactions that we are getting on this top story.
The MH-60R helicopter is fitted with advanced avionics, sensors and weapon system. So in order to maintain these systems, we have to maintain a high maintenance standard as well as technical oversight. So as a technical team, our endeavor is to ensure that each of its system is maintained at its peak standard and the aircraft is available for all operational requirement when required for the Navy.
सर MH-60R हेलीकॉप्टर भारतीय नौसेना के लिए गेम चेंजर मल्टी मिशन हेलीकॉप्टर है जो कि फ्रिगेट, डिस्ट्रॉयर और एयरक्राफ्ट कैरियर सहित कई प्लेटफॉर्म से संचालित करने की क्षमता रखता है और भारतीय नौसेना की ऑपरेशनल पहुंच को काफ़ी हद तक बढ़ाता है। अपने उन्नत सेंसर, एवियोनिक्स और हथियार से ये भारतीय नौसेना को खतरों से आगे रखने में सक्षम बनाता है। इन हेलीकॉप्टर के आने से भारतीय नौसेना की एंटी सबमरीन और एंटी सरफेस क्षमताएं बढ़ी है और हिंद महासागर क्षेत्र में उसकी समुद्री उपस्थिति मजबूत हुई है।
MH-60R is the most advanced helicopter which is present with Indian Navy. It's an all-weather aircraft which can operate by day and night both. Its exceptional stability, long endurance and state-of-the-art weapon and sensors make it a potent platform for any operational requirement which is coming up for Indian Navy, whether it can be anti-submarine warfare, surface surveillance or search and rescue mission. The versatility and the modern technology of this aircraft provides Indian Navy the capability to carry out any missions in toughest conditions.
The commissioning of INS 335 marks the induction of the Indian Navy's second MH-60R squadron, significantly enhancing our maritime surveillance, strike and multi-role helicopter capability. It is a major milestone in strengthening fleet operations and maritime security. INS 335 will function as the eyes, ears and first hunters of the fleet, providing real-time situational awareness, undersea warfare capability and rapid response across our vast maritime spaces.
All right, time to slip into a short commercial break. But coming up, Indian Navy has commissioned new MH-60R Seahawk helicopters, Squadron INS 335 Ospreys at INS Hansa, Goa today, boasting carrier battle group and blue water anti-submarine, anti-surface warfare capabilities in the Arabian and wider Indian Ocean region.
ये है सीक्रेट रेसिपी MDH का जीरा सिप जल जीरा मसाला। सिप सिप जीरा सिप MDH का जल जीरा सिप MDH का जल जीरा सिप।
पैसा लगाना है तो सेंचुरी प्लाई क्लब प्राइम पे लगाओ। डूबेगा नहीं, जलेगा भी नहीं, कोई खा नहीं जाएगा, धोखा नहीं देगा, ऊपर नीचे भी नहीं होगा, सेफ रहेगा, सिक्योर्ड में मिनिमम 30 साल का रिटर्न देगा। अब इससे बेटर इन्वेस्टमेंट है तो बताओ। सेंचुरी प्लाई क्लब प्राइम, रहो बेफिक्र।
आर प्योर सूजी पास्ता उबालो, मिलाओ और खाओ,
8 मिनट में तैयार।
क्या टेस्ट है सबका राजा आर प्योर मसाला।
Powered by Century Ply Club Prime, रहो बेफिक्र।
आर प्योर शाही पनीर मसाला, डिलीशियस, हेल्दी, एवरीडे।
पैसा लगाना है तो सेंचुरी प्लाई क्लब प्राइम पे लगाओ। डूबेगा नहीं, जलेगा भी नहीं, कोई खा नहीं जाएगा, धोखा नहीं देगा, ऊपर नीचे भी नहीं होगा, सेफ रहेगा, सिक्योर्ड में मिनिमम 30 साल का रिटर्न देगा। अब इससे बेटर इन्वेस्टमेंट है तो बताओ। सेंचुरी प्लाई क्लब प्राइम, रहो बेफिक्र।
दादी के हाथों का जादू और खुशबू से महकता घर, माँ की मुस्कुराहट और खाने की सुगंध। MDH गरम मसाला,
क्योंकि हर रिश्ता है स्वाद से जुड़ा।
केसरिया से मन जोगी।
From Asia's largest news headquarters, setting the agenda for Bharat. You're watching Republic.
Very good morning, viewers, and thank you so much for continuing to stay with us. You're watching Live and Breaking. I'm Aishwarya Kapoor, and I'll be getting you the biggest news stories, including all the updates as far as the Goa nightclub tragedy is concerned, because now the Luthra brothers, after being deported from Thailand, are going to land in Goa, and they are likely to be produced at the Mapusa court today. We'll get you all the updates from that and much more. Here are the headlines first that we're tracking. Congress leader Prithviraj Chavan makes a shocking, disgraceful remark, questions Operation Sindoor. Luthras to land in Goa at 11 a.m. Both Saurav and Gaurav Luthras are to be produced before the Mapusa court today. Suspected terrorist movement spotted in Samba. Jammu and Kashmir police conduct search operations along with sister forces. Former Chhattisgarh Chief Minister Bhupesh Baghel under ED lens over liquor scam probe. ED arrests Baghel's close aide Soumya Chaurasia, set to be produced in court at 11 a.m. And amid the severe smog in Delhi NCR, Supreme Court to hear a plea about worsening air conditions in the city. All right, viewers, breaking news coming in from Kerala, where a complaint has been filed against some Congress MPs, and this over singing a parody of the Ayappa devotional song in front of the parliament. This parody went viral on social media during elections. The song states beautifully how the CPM looted the temple gold. The song provided a major setback in the polls for the CPM. The MP sung the song in front of parliament as a protest against the CPM, but now it attracts legal complications. The devotees state that the song hurt the sentiments, their sentiments, and that it is an insult to Lord Ayappa. And the Congress leaders allege that the case has been registered after being compelled by the CPM, as the party is trying to give communal colours to it. All right, Shankar, my colleague, is now joining us for more updates. Shankar, what are the updates coming in? Of course, this is one story that has absolutely gone viral, and now there are obviously communal colours to it. What is happening on the ground?
Actually, the song, the parody of a devotional song of Lord Ayappa went viral during the local body elections, and undoubtedly it provided a major setback to the CPM and helped UDF in sweeping the elections. And using the song, which went viral on social media, provided a major setback to the CPM, and as it was shared by millions of people across the state, and the song beautifully stated how the gold plates in Sabrimala temple was looted by CPM, and how the CPM leaders are involved in it. All the controversies and all the facts associated with the Sabrimala gold theft case was depicted beautifully in that song. However, a section of devotees got annoyed by these songs by stating that the song hurt the religious sentiments of some people, some devotees, and also insulted
Lord Ayyappa, stating these facts, the Devotees Association filed a complaint with the state police chief and even to the state government. Now, a legal opinion has been sought on whether on what sections the case can be registered. If a legal opinion favors, a case will be registered against Congress MPs from Kerala. And also the people, his name, the song was written by Kunj Abdullah and it was sung by one Nasir, both are from Kozhikode and Malappuram. So the case will also be registered against the person who has written the song and also the person who sung it. And it has become almost certain that in the coming days, the Congress MPs will face a legal action for singing such a devotional song in front of the Lok Sabha. Actually, the Congress MPs are much owed to the song for their victory in the local body elections. As this song went viral on social media and liked by millions of people, and it provided an upper edge for the UDF in the local body election. But it attracts legal issues for the Congress MPs and even for the people work behind the song now.
All right. Also, at the same time, if you can give us more details as far as the Congress's official reaction is concerned, because as the Congress parties, the MPs are saying that it is being done at the behest of the opposition parties, and they are blaming CPM for it. But at the same time, has any sort of apology really being issued by the Congress there?
No, actually, the Congress has not yet released any official statement on this, but the senior Congress leaders are giving their opinion, stating that the complaint was filed, the political complaint was filed politically by CPM, and it was a CPM-motivated complaint to trigger communal sentiments ahead of the assembly elections. Because since the song went viral, the CPM is almost certain that it is going to make an impact in the upcoming assembly elections as well. So the Congress alleged that it is a CPM motivated complaint to ignite religious sentiments in the song and to withdraw it completely from the social media platforms to avoid facing further setbacks in the assembly polls. That is what the UDF leaders alleged.
All right, Shankar. Thank you so much for getting us those updates. So there, we'll keep coming back to you on that story in the subsequent bulletins. And viewers, well, Operation Sindoor, India's sharp response to Pakistan-sponsored terror. And in just 22 minutes, the terror centers were taken out, and also the world really took note of it. But back home, a discordant voice, a senior Congress leader, now echoes Pakistan's line, questioning India's armed forces and also undermining our critical operations. From doubts over jets to the remarks that fuel enemy propaganda. The question, viewers, is when it comes to Operation Sindoor, where does the Congress party stand? Here's a report.
Operation Sindoor has been India's revenge of Pakistan-exported terrorism and their worst nightmare. In less than half an hour, India struck down the command center of terror hubs that unleashed bloodshed on our soil. The world lauded Indian armed forces, except some. And now, senior Congress leader Prithviraj Chauhan has stooped to a new low, showing Congress's open pro-Pakistan stance.
पहिल्या दिवशी आपला संपूर्ण पराभव झाला. 7 तारखेला जे हवाई युद्ध अर्ध्या तासात झालं त्यामध्ये आपला टोटल पराभव झाला. हे कोणी मान्य करो वगैरे न करो. आणि त्यामुळे त्या दिवशी भारताची जी विमानं पडली त्या दिवशी सगळा भारताचा एअरफोर्स हा ग्राउंड झाला आणि त्यानंतर एकही विमान उडलं नाही. पण कुठेही विमान उडलं की पाकिस्तानचं तुमचं विमान ग्वाल्हेर असेल किंवा भटिंडा असेल किंवा सिरसा असेल तिथं वाढायची शक्यता असल्यामुळं आपलं कंप्लीट एअरफोर्स ग्राउंड झालं.
This is the former Chief Minister of Maharashtra an ally of Rahul Gandhi, parroting his narrative of questioning the forces. His comment is not above his masters. He speaks what they speak.
ಇದು ನಿಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿದ್ದಾಗ 17ನೇ ತಾರೀಕು ನೀವು ಕಾಶ್ಮೀರಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗ್ತಕ್ಕಂತ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮವನ್ನ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ಸಲ್ ಮಾಡುವಾಗ ನೀವು ಯಾಕೆ ಈ ಟೂರಿಸ್ಟ್ ಅನ್ನ ಪೊಲೀಸರ ಮುಖಾಂತರ ಯಾಕೆ ಹೇಳಲಿಲ್ಲ? ನೀವು ಹೋಗಬೇಡಿ, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ತೊಂದರೆ ಇದೆ ಅನ್ನತಕ್ಕಂತ ಮಾತು ನೀವು ಹೇಳಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ 26 ಪ್ರಾಣಗಳನ್ನ ಉಳಿತೀವಿ ಮತ್ತು ನಮ್ಮ ಈಗೇನು ನಾವು ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಕಡಿಮೆ ಚುಟ್ಪುಟ್ಟು ಯುದ್ಧಗಳು ನಡೆದಿವೆ ಅಥವಾ ನಮ್ಮ ಪಾಕಿಸ್ತಾನ ವಿರುದ್ಧ ನಾವೇನು ಘರ್ಷಣೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇವೆ, पाकिस्तान ಕೆಲಸ ಅಂತೂ ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ಬರೇ
जरूरी सवाल यह है कि जेट गिरे क्यों? वो कह रहे गिरे तो ठीक है, मगर सवाल जरूरी सवाल है गिरे क्यों? डिफेंस मिनिस्टर यहां हाउस में कह रहे कि हमने पाकिस्तान से जाके कहा कि हमने आपको एक झापड़ मारा है, मगर हम आपको और झापड़ नहीं मारेंगे.
A discourse that heavily undermines and humiliates our men and women in uniform. They provided fodder for Pakistan's propaganda.
This is the same Prithviraj Chauhan who questioned Operation Mahadev. This is the same Congress party which questioned Operation Sindoor and called it failure. They called it chutput. They even questioned surgical strike, Balakot airstrike. And during their tenure, they never allowed the armed forces to take any action on Pakistan.
While the nation echoes forces first, the optics are clearly different for the Congress.
And what else is happening across the nation that are making headlines? Here are the developments in Bharat in 1 minute. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will arrive in Oman today evening on the last leg of his three-nation tour. After concluding his visit to Jordan and Ethiopia, Prime Minister Modi is visiting Oman at the invitation of the head of state of the Sultanate of Oman, Sultan Haitham bin Tariq. Ethiopia and India have signed 3 memoranda of understanding. Both the countries have decided to enhance cooperation in administrative assistance in customs matters, data center establishment at the Embassy of Ethiopia, and cooperation in UN peacekeeping. Dense smog shrouded the national capital this morning. This as air pollution woes continued. 11 out of 40 monitoring stations, including Jahangirpuri, Munka and Wazirpur, recorded severe air quality of 426, according to the CPCB data. The Defence Research and Development Organisation has invited the private sector and the startups to contribute to the development of India's 6th generation fighter jet. The initiative will focus on creating quantum avionics, a technology that promises to detect enemy targets even in concealed or complex scenarios. All right, viewers, we have big breaking news coming in from Manipur. Imphal Sub-Zonal Office of ED is conducting searches on Yam Ben Biren, a self-styled Chief Minister of Manipur State Council, and Naringbam Samarjit, self-styled External Affairs and Defence Minister of Manipur State Council. The ED Imphal Sub-Zone is doing searches on 5 different premises at Imphal related to the accused person, who are the key persons of a Salai group of companies. The case relates to a press conference held in London in 2019, wherein one Yam Ben Biren, styling himself as the Chief Minister of Manipur State Council, and one Naringbam Samarjit, styling himself as the External Affairs and Defence Minister of Manipur State Council, publicly declared the independence of the state of Manipur from the Union of India, and by such a prejudicial activities engaged in acts amounting to a waging war against the state, sedition and promoting disharmony, enmity and feelings of hatred among different groups. All right, we are joined in by our senior editor Shavan Sen on the phone line. Shavan, what more details can you provide about this new development from Manipur?
Well, in fact, this case relates to a press conference that was conducted in the year 2019 in London, where Yam Ben Biren, who basically stand himself as the Chief Minister of Manipur State Council, and of course, Narangam Samarjit being the other person. Now, the reason why the Enforcement Directorate basically stepped in, because the accused here, they had started a society, the name of Salai Financial Service. And what essentially started doing after registering this office in Imphal was that they were basically taking money from the public. In fact, they collected cash from the public, and in return, they promised exorbitant rates of interest. Now, this is basically operated essentially as a non-banking financial company by accepting the deposits, and roughly about 57 crore rupees was collected from gullible investors under different schemes. So it's important to point out here that this scheme that was launched by them was largely to dupe the people. They collected the money from the public, they routed and deposited it into their personal bank accounts, and rather than in accounts of Salai Group of Companies and Smart Society. The Enforcement Directorate believes that about 57 crore rupees, that's the proceeds of the crime under various sections of the PMLA. And as we speak, searches are also being carried out. Let me also bring in my colleague Johnson. Johnson, what more details can you provide us regarding Yamben, Biren, as well as Narangam Samarjit? Who are these two characters, and why are they so very important when it comes to the investigation?
Yes, Sawan. The ETF still now is going on the raid on 5 different locations, and also the main accused in which the AD is doing right now are the main, are the executive members of this so-called Salai group of companies, which is a financial group of companies, and this is just like microfinance company, and they have collected money from different different customers, and so unlawful activities, like they have been collecting the money, and also as a result, the ED Imphal subzone is doing success on 5 different premises at Imphal area. This Salai group of companies was is located at the Sagolbal Tera area, which falls under Imphal West district, and also. This Biren Singh is also one of the executive members of the Salai Group of Company, and also this is he also declared he's also considered as a self-styled minister of Manipur, and he also declared himself that he will be he can be the chief minister also. On the basis of this, NIA and CBI also have already registered a case against this accused person, which are under raid right now, and they are also the member of this, this so-called financial group.
Could you also tell us a little bit, Johnson, about what are the other links that are emerging about this person? Is he linked to any particular group? How exactly did he really come to become so very prominent in Manipur?
Actually, as per my sources, they are linked with some of the civil service. This Samarjit is he himself is a self-styled entrepreneur, and also as per my knowledge, I don't have any official sources that he is linked whether with any or any of the political, or whether it may be political background or not. And also the said personalities they derive the proceeds of crime to the tune of about 57 crores from the criminal activities related to the scheduled offense as defined, and the said proceeds of crime were diverted by the aforesaid persons to the bank accounts of different companies of Salai groups, and the accounts of the aforesaid person to acquire properties in their own name, and they have illegally name many of the properties from of various customers also. The same was used for waging war against the government of India. This Samarjit also he was accused, he was alleged for using various terms which can wage war against the government of India and sedition, and promoting disharmony, enmity, and feeling of hatred among the different groups that are inhabited in the state. So the investigation is still now going on, and the further details of are still to be, disclosed.
Thank you very much, Johnson, for getting us with the latest details. A major development taking place in Manipur as we speak right now. Searches are being carried out by the Enforcement Directorate at multiple locations.
All right, Shravan, thank you so much for getting us all those updates on that big story that we are tracking from Manipur. All right, viewers, let's move on in the bulletin now. Well, the Indian Navy today commissioned a new MH-60R Seahawk helicopter squadron, INS 335 Ospreys at INS Hansa in Goa. The induction significantly enhances and strengthens the Navy's carrier battle group capabilities and enhances blue water, anti-submarine and anti-surface warfare operations across the Arabian Sea and the wider Indian Ocean region. These state-of-the-art multi-role helicopters markedly improve fleet surveillance, deterrence and rapid response capabilities of the Indian Navy. Let's listen in on how this state-of-the-art helicopter is going to improve our fleet surveillance and deterrence.
The MH-60R helicopter is fitted with advanced avionics, sensors and weapon system. So in order to maintain these systems, we have to maintain a high maintenance standard as well as technical oversight. So as a technical team, our endeavor is to ensure that each of its system is maintained at its peak standard and the aircraft is available for all operational requirement when required for the Navy.
Sir, MH-60R हेलीकॉप्टर भारतीय नौसेना के लिए गेम चेंजर मल्टी मिशन हेलीकॉप्टर है जो कि फ्रिगेट, डिस्ट्रॉयर और एयरक्राफ्ट कैरियर सहित कई प्लेटफॉर्म से संचालित करने की क्षमता रखता है और भारतीय नौसेना की ऑपरेशनल पहुंच को काफ़ी हद तक बढ़ाता है। अपने उन्नत सेंसर, एवियोनिक्स और हथियार से ये भारतीय नौसेना को खतरों से आगे रखने में सक्षम बनाता है। इन हेलीकॉप्टर के आने से भारतीय नौसेना की एंटी सबमरीन और एंटी सरफेस क्षमताएं बढ़ी है और हिंद महासागर क्षेत्र में उसकी समुद्री उपस्थिति मजबूत हुई है।
MH-60R is the most advanced helicopter which is present with Indian Navy. It's an all-weather aircraft which can operate by day and night both. Its exceptional stability, long endurance and state-of-the-art weapon and sensors make it a potent platform for any operational requirement which is coming up for Indian Navy, whether it can be anti-submarine warfare, surface surveillance or search and rescue mission. The versatility and the modern technology of this aircraft provides Indian Navy the capability to carry out any missions in toughest conditions.
The commissioning of INS 335 marks the induction of the Indian Navy's second MH-60R squadron, significantly enhancing our maritime surveillance, strike and multi-role helicopter capability. It is a major milestone in strengthening fleet operations and maritime security. INS 335 will function as the eyes, ears and first hunters of the fleet, providing real-time situational awareness, undersea warfare capability and rapid response across our vast maritime spaces.
All right, viewers, Prime Minister Narendra Modi visited Ethiopia as part of his tri-nation visit, and as he embarked for his next stop in the 4-day trip, he took to X, where he thanked the citizens of Ethiopia for their warm welcome that was accorded to him, and this as he also announced the consequent strengthening of the bilateral relations between the two countries. Here's a quick report. Alright viewers, we are taking a short break, but coming up ahead is the big story from Chhattisgarh, where former Chief Minister Bhupesh Baghel is under ED lens over the liquor scam probe. ED has arrested Baghel's close aide Soumya Chaurasia, who is set to be produced in the court today at 11 a.m. That big story from Chhattisgarh and much more coming up after a short break. Don't go anywhere.
आधे बाउल दही में 4 चम्मच MDH चटनी पुदीना मसाला डाला, स्टर करो, पुदीना चटनी तैयार। MDH चटनी पुदीना मसाला।
आर प्योर सूजी पास्ता उबालो मिलाओ और खाओ
8 मिनट में तैयार।
क्या टेस्ट है सबका राजा आर प्योर मसाला। MDH की देगी मिर्च,
देगी मिर्च का तड़का, अंग अंग फड़का।
MDH की देगी मिर्च।
Prime Minister Narendra Modi will arrive in Oman this evening on the last leg of his three-nation tour after concluding his visit to Jordan and Ethiopia. Prime Minister Modi is visiting Oman at the invitation of the head of the state of the Sultanate of Oman, Sultan Haitham bin Tariq. Ethiopia and India have signed 3 memoranda of understanding. Both the countries have decided to enhance cooperation in administrative assistance in customs matters, data center establishment at the Embassy of Ethiopia, and cooperation in UN peacekeeping. Dense smog shrouded the national capital this morning. This as air pollution woes continued. 11 out of 40 monitoring stations, including Jahangirpuri, Munka and Wazirpur, recorded a severe air quality of 426, according to the CPCB data. The Defence Research and Development Organization has invited the private sector and startups to contribute to the development of India's 6th-generation fighter jet. The initiative will focus on creating quantum avionics technology that promises to detect enemy targets even in concealed or complex scenarios.
Please stop! झुमका तेरा झुमका
Not there. मेरा काउंटर टॉप टूट जाएगा।
तेरा झुमका मेरी चिमनी टूट जाएगी। What are you doing?
रानी, इस घर में कुछ है जो टूटता नहीं।
ये पिलर कभी नहीं टूटेगा। रुंगटा स्टील TMT से बना।
रुंगटा नहीं तो घर स्ट्रॉन्ग नहीं।
Luthras have now been taken to Goa after they landed in India last night. Further process will be underway. Former Chhattisgarh Chief Minister Bhupesh Baghel, under Enforcement Directorate lens over liquor scam probe, close aide, has now been arrested. Indian Navy commissions MH-60R Seahawk multi-role helicopter squadrons. Terrorist movement spotted in Samba, Jammu and Kashmir. Police conduct search operations. Amid severe smog in Delhi NCR, Supreme Court to hear plea about worsening air conditions in the city. edition with some breaking news that's coming in. Yesterday, it was senior-most Congress leader Prithviraj Chavan who had insulted our forces. He had said that in Operation Sindoor, Pakistan had downed our jets. Today, the Congress has been doubling down on the same insult to the army. When asked the Congress leaders on if Prithviraj Chavan should apologize, the Congress leaders inside the parliament have gone on to say that there is nothing to apologize when Prithviraj Chavan has said the right thing. The Congress party doubling down on the insults to armed forces. This comes after senior Maharashtra Congress leader had said that India had lost many aircraft during Operation Sindoor and that our army could not even move a kilometer, and that there is no need to have an army of 12 lakh soldiers and that they should be given some other work. That's the insult that had come in from senior Congress leader Prithviraj Chavan. Congress party as a whole is still mum on the issue. No word of condemnation, no word of apology has come in from the Congress party. And now today, when asked the Congress party about what they have to say about the Congress leader's statement, Prithviraj Chavan's statement, they've gone on to say, and in fact defend the statement, saying that India was forced to ground its jets. Congress leader statement saying India lost Operation Sindoor. Congress was asked why India needed a large army, and now they've doubled down on that same insult where Prithviraj Chavan had earlier cited. This, ladies and gentlemen, is not the first time that the Congress party, the Congress leaders are going ahead and insulting our forces. During the time of Operation Sindoor, they had asked for proof. When we had given them the proof, they went on to peddle a Pakistani narrative saying that it is true that Pakistan had shot down our fighter aircraft jets. However, the same was fact-checked by the PIB. And remember, this is not just about Operation Sindoor. It is about all the wars that India had fought, all the strikes that India had done. It is about Uri. It is about other strikes. And every single time the Congress party has asked for proof. This time, during Operation Sindoor, when the government of India, when the Indian Army had actually come with visual and video evidence, the Congress party...
चाहे कोई हो, चाहे वो नकली हो, चाहे ओरिजिनल हो, लेकिन विपक्ष और कांग्रेस की एक आदत सी बन गई है कि देश को अपमानित करना, सेना के शौर्य को अपमानित करना, ये देश कभी बर्दाश्त नहीं करेगा।
All right, so that was the latest statement from the BJP. Giriraj Singh there speaking, saying that India will not tolerate the insult that Congress has bestowed upon the armed forces of India. And also, we are getting in many reactions on the statement that Prithviraj Chavan and today the Congress leaders have given out. Let's listen in.
सर, बीजेपी ने आपने जो बयान दिया उस पर बीजेपी कह रही है कि ये पाकिस्तान की भाषा बोल रहे हैं और सेना का अपमान है। क्या आप कुछ क्लैरिफिकेशन देना चाहेंगे कि आप?
मैं बाद में आराम से बात करूंगा। अभी
आराम से बात करेंगे। तो आपको जो बयान है उस पर आप माफी मांग रहे हैं या
बिल्कुल सवाल नहीं उठता, बिल्कुल सवाल नहीं उठता।
हाँ जी सर,
नहीं सवाल नहीं उठता। सवाल मैं बात करूंगा ना डिटेल में।
माफी मांगने का सवाल
माफी का मांगूं।
लेकिन आपके हिसाब से स्टेटमेंट गलत था क्या सर?
बिल्कुल
लोग मीडिया में वही सब जगह ऐसे ही चला कि अपमान हुआ है।
मैं करूंगा, डिटेल बात करूंगा जी। आई विल टॉक टू मीडिया प्रॉपर्ली।
सो आर यू अपोलोजाइजिंग राइट नाउ?
आउट ऑफ द क्वेश्चन।
ओके,
माय राइट टू आस्क क्वेश्चंस। अभी ये मत लो यार।
अच्छा ठीक,
बिल्कुल मेरा राइट है, कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन गिव्स मी राइट टू आस्क क्वेश्चंस।
Right, so that was Prithviraj Chavan when questioned today on his statement and that if he would apologize for it, he completely ignored the questions. He said that he does not want to talk about it right now and that he would discuss in detail on what he said. There's no apology, there's no remorse and not even an iota of regret for what statement this Congress leader has given. Major Samapaltur is joining us on the broadcast. Major Samapaltur, completely disgraceful comment that has been given out by the Congress leader. And today, when the nation was expecting them to apologize to the Indian Armed Forces, they have in fact doubled down, saying that there's nothing wrong in what the statement has been given.
You know, if you make his visuals, audio visuals be heard by a young child without telling him this person's nationality, he would rather guess that he is a Pakistani instead of an Indian. So this is what they've been doing. And, you know, this is a political suicide. He has just dug his political grave. And I fail to understand, he is a learned man. He studied from BITS Pilani. He's got a degree in MSc from the University of California. So if he is from a very rich, well-off background and family, he should probably have had some sense in talking in front of the camera. And now that, you know, he's instigating the youngsters and the military fraternity, and at least they should not forget that if the military is of 13 lakh people, they are forgetting that there are 13 lakh families also being affected by these comments. So they're going to lose out on all veteran support. Nobody's going to come for their support at all. And these are anti-nationalists who need to be taken to task. There need to be legal proceedings from the Supreme Court, and they should be admonished, and they should be socially boycotted wherever they go. And these people do not deserve to have themselves called as Indians, number one. And number two, you know, he was a respected figure. He has dealt in ministries which require a lot of, you know, meticulous planning and then implementations. But if this is his mindset, I fail to understand what is on his mind, what is he trying to portray or tell. And if he has a mindset regarding Agniveer, let me tell you, I have been, you know, presently training the Agniveer in terms of the drone warfare. 90% of the Indian Army and their drone pilots are Agniveers. And Agniveer was the requirement of the nation because over the period of years of service, many soldiers were becoming medically unfit. As a result, a ratio of fit soldiers against unfit soldiers was, there was a big gap. So that is why Agniveer was the need of the hour. And they have delivered in Op Sindoor, as we've seen, but these people are not getting it because they are politically blinded and they just want to come in power irrespective of any cost of the nation, including, you know, demeaning the military. So this is what is going to cost them dearly now.
Right, Samapaltu, thank you very much for joining us on the broadcast. I'm also being joined by Major General K.K. Sinha on the phone line. General Sinha, this is a very disgraceful comment that's come in by the Congress party. Certainly not the first time, but the question still remains, when India, during Operation Sindoor and after Operation Sindoor, has served the crew, what is the need of the Congress party to insult our forces, to say and to peddle a Pakistani narrative?
Good morning, Jahan. When, you know, in a country like ours, which is always defeated by the people who are inside, our enemies and adversaries are not sitting across the border, but they are sitting inside. And they are the root and, you know, the mold of the adversaries which we have got actually on the ground. Now, this type of statement, yesterday, I believe there was some comment that there is no requirement of army, because army should not be there because they have not taken part, they have not gone across during the Operation Sindoor. And now, again, Agniveer, things like that. You know, mind you, Agniveer, I fought the war across, you know, inside Pakistan during the, you know, the Kargil war. And that was the requirement. And then that time we recommended that we require, you know, very, very young and, you know, turnover has to be very fast so that you get the correct technological, you know, update straight from the civil society, and which comes to you, and then you train them. This is the biggest and the best, you know, you can say, the scheme. Even the world is looking forward. In the Russia-Ukraine war, they are so impressed with the Agniveer scheme that everyone wants to copy. But inside this, the people doesn't know anything about, you know, especially the security domain. They want to get into it and make comments. A comment like from Congress coming. Congress was of the view when India got independent that there is no requirement of arms. Nothing has changed, even during that time. Only in reverse 62, they have got slightly waken up. But before that, they had meaning, you know, India doesn't require.
Absolutely, sir.
Thank you.
Right. So thank you very much, General Sinha, for joining us on the phone line and sharing those views. Absolutely, it is a very disgraceful comment that's come in by the Congress party. The BJP, in fact, has also reacted to it, saying that the Congress must apologize and that they've always doubted the Indian armed forces. Listen in to this reaction that's coming in from the BJP spokesperson, Shehzad Poonawala.
This is not INC Indian National Congress. It is INC Islamabad National Congress. It is ANC Anti-National Congress. This statement of Prithviraj Chavan is nothing new or surprising. He has also mocked Operation Mahadev and called it communal in the past.
All right, so that was the BJP reacting to the statement of Prithviraj Chavan, the Congress leader who has insulted the Indian armed forces, saying that India had lost in 30 minutes and that our Indian army could not even move a kilometer. He then goes on to question, saying, why do we even need a large army, and that the 12 lakh people that are involved in the Indian army should be given some other work to do. Extremely disgraceful comment by the Congress leader. And today, when questioned on his statement on if he would apologize, there was no iota of remorse, no regret or no apology that came in from the Congress party. In fact, there were other leaders of the Congress party who went on to double down on the insult to the Indian armed forces.
कह रहे हैं कि ये पाकिस्तान की भाषा बोल रहे हैं और सेना का अपमान.
आपला संपूर्ण पराभव झाला. 7 तारखेला जे हवाई युद्ध अर्ध्या तासात झालं त्यामध्ये आपला टोटल पराभव झाला. हे कोणी मान्य करो अगर न करो. आणि त्यामुळे त्या दिवशी भारताची जी विमानं पडली त्या दिवशी सगळा भारताचा एअरफोर्स हा ग्राउंड झाला आणि त्यानंतर एकही विमान उडलं नाही. पण कुठेही विमान उडलं की पाकिस्तानचं तुमचं विमान ग्वाल्हेर असेल किंवा भटिंडा असेल किंवा सिरसा असेल तिथं वाढायची शक्यता असल्यामुळं आपलं कंप्लीट एअरफोर्स ग्राउंड झालं. बाद में आराम से बात करूंगा. अभी
आराम से बात करेंगे. तो आपको ये जो बयान है उस पर आप माफी मांग रहे हैं?
बिल्कुल सवाल नहीं उठता. बिल्कुल सवाल नहीं उठता.
हाँ जी सर,
सवाल नहीं उठता. मैं बात करूंगा ना डिटेल में.
माफी मांगने का सवाल.
माफी का मांगू.
लेकिन आपके हिसाब से स्टेटमेंट गलत था क्या सर?
बिल्कुल
लोग मीडिया में वही सब जगह ऐसे ही चला कि अपमान हुआ है.
मैं करूंगा, डिटेल बात करूंगा
जी.
आई विल टॉक टू मीडिया प्रॉपर्ली.
सो आर यू अपोलोजाइजिंग राइट नाउ?
आउट ऑफ द क्वेश्चन.
ओके.
राइट टू आस्क क्वेश्चंस. अभी ये मत लो यार.
अच्छा ठीक.
बिल्कुल मेरा राइट है. कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन गिव्स मी राइट टू आस्क क्वेश्चंस.
Shifting our focus to more breaking news that's coming in the broadcast. It's a shocking case of triple murder that's emerged in Uttar Pradesh in Shamli, where a man allegedly shot his wife and 2 minor daughters and buried their bodies inside his house following a family dispute. The incident took place on December 10 in Ghari Daulat village under the Khandla police station area, but came to light only on Tuesday evening. A very, very shocking case that has come to light from Uttar Pradesh. It is a case of triple murder. A man has killed his wife and 2 daughters for not wearing a burqa. Intolerance there also coming out in the open now in the state of Uttar Pradesh. This is a triple murder that's happened in Uttar Pradesh's Shamli. This is a story about a man who allegedly shot dead his wife and 2 minor daughters and buried their bodies inside the house following a family dispute. Those are the visuals of the workers who are trying to retrieve the body that the man had buried under the ground after he allegedly shot and murdered them. The incident took place on December 10th in the Ghari Daulat village under the Khandla police station. My colleague is joining me live from the Khandla police station. हमें बताइए कि ये जो केस है जो सामने आया है ये कब हुआ था, किस समय हुआ था और क्या रीज़न था कि एक पति ने अपनी ही वाइफ को और अपने 2 बच्चों को मार डाला, उनको हम जान सकते हैं उनको बरी भी कर दिया था ग्राउंड के नीचे?
देखिए बिल्कुल ये शामली के कांदला थाना क्षेत्र का मामला है और जहां पर फारूक ने अपनी बीवी 32 साल की जो बीवी थी और साथ ही साथ 2 उनकी बेटियां जो थी उनको 2 को गोली मारी और एक का गला घोट कर उसकी हत्या कर दी। बताया जा रहा है कि पत्नी के बिना बुर्का पहनकर मायके जाने की वजह से ये व्यक्ति फारूक नाराज था और इसीलिए उसने पत्नी की पहले हत्या कर दी। उसके बाद अपनी एक बेटी को भी गोली मारी, दूसरी बेटी का गला घोटकर हत्या करने के बाद उसी घर के नीचे करीब 10 फुट का गड्ढा खोदकर दफना दिया। पुलिस की छानबीन में पहले तो उसने उस पुलिस वालों को को गुमराह करने की कोशिश की और उसके बाद जब कड़ाई से पुलिस वालों ने पूछताछ की तो उसने बताया कि ये सबसे बड़ा कारण था कि पत्नी उसके बुर्का पहनकर मायके नहीं जाती थी और इसी वजह से उसने इन दोनों की हत्या कर दी और घर के अंदर ही इन तीनों महिलाओं की लाश जो है बरामद हुई है।
बताइए कि ये जो इन्वेस्टिगेशन है ये कहां तक आगे पहुंची है, क्या उस आदमी को गिरफ्तार कर लिया गया है अभी?
देखिए बिल्कुल जो फारूक नाम का व्यक्ति है इसको गिरफ्तार कर लिया गया है पुलिस की तरफ से और साथ ही साथ पुलिस इस बात पे भी जांच कर रही है क्या कोई और मामला तो नहीं था, क्या कोई और एंगल तो नहीं था और साथ ही साथ फारूक के साथ क्या कोई और लोग शामिल थे या नहीं थे, इस बात को लेकर इन पहलुओं पर भी जांच की जा रही है। फिलहाल जो पुलिस से बातचीत में बात निकल कर आई है उसमें यह है कि वो और भी एंगल पर जाँच कर रहे हैं और कोशिश है अगर कोई व्यक्ति और इसमें शामिल होगा तो उसको भी गिरफ्तार किया जाएगा।
बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद आपका हमारे साथ सारी जानकारी शेयर करने के लिए। Ladies and gentlemen, with that, it's time for us to shift our focus to other stories that we are tracking in Bharat in 1 minute. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will arrive in Oman today evening on the last leg of his three-nation tour after concluding his visit to Jordan and Ethiopia. Prime Minister Modi is visiting Oman at the invitation of the head of state of the Sultanate of Oman, Sultan Haitham bin Tariq. Ethiopia and India have signed 3 memoranda of understanding. Both countries have decided to enhance cooperation in administrative assistance in customs matter, data center establishment at the Embassy of Ethiopia, and cooperation in the United Nations peacekeeping. Dense smog shrouded national capital this morning. This as air pollution rules continued. 11 out of 40 monitoring stations, including Jahangirpuri, Mundka and Wazirpur, recorded severe air quality of 426 according to the CPCB data. The Defence Research and Development Organization, that is the DRDO, has invited the private sector and startups to contribute to the development of India's 6th-generation fighter jet. The initiative will focus on creating quantum avionics and a technology that promises to detect enemy targets even in concealed or complex scenarios. Ladies and gentlemen, the Luthra brothers, owners of the Birch by Romeo Lane nightclub, landed in Delhi yesterday after their deportation from Thailand. It is learned and said that Saurav and Gaurav Luthra were seated in the last row of the aircraft, accompanied by 4 to 5 officials from Indian authorities and enforcement agencies to avoid disturbing other passengers. What we have right now are the live visuals from the Goa airport where the accused, Gaurav and Saurav Luthra, the Luthra brothers, the Birch Club owners, will be landing in Goa anytime soon now, after which the Goa police will carry on with the investigation with the brother duo. We now learn that the Mapusa court, meanwhile, has been heightened. The security has been heightened there and also at the Goa airport ahead of their arrival. All right, Swarali is joining us live from Panji in Goa. On that note, Swarali, what is it and what is going to happen about after the Luthra brothers land at the Goa airport? Where are they going to be taken after that?
Yes, that's true. Right now we are standing at the international airport of Goa in Mapsa, and let me show you, there's this gate number 5 from where they'll be coming out anytime soon. They are expected, they'll come out, they'll escorted by the team who was present in Delhi to take their custody, including senior IPS officer, sub-inspector, inspector and Havaldars. And initially we are getting the information right now from the ground that they'll be taken for medical testing to Azilo, that is the district hospital in Mapsa, and then they'll be taken to Anjuna police station, wherein this entire case has been registered. We all know that under the sections of 105, 125 and 287, that is culpable homicide. On the other hand, endangering lives and inappropriate use of fire or combustible matters. All these sections of BNS are registered in the FIR in the name of alleged perpetrators of Goa fire tragedy, Luthra brothers, who are expected anytime soon. Post they are taken to Anjuna police station. They'll be produced in the Mapsa court. From there we'll get more information about how many days of remand will Goa police get for further interrogation. But right now we are standing at the international airport of Goa, wherein Luthra brothers are expected anytime soon. We can see in our visuals. I'll ask my video journalist to pan. The security is tightened at all the locations, may it be airport, Anjuna police station,
right, all
Mapsa
right,
court, wherein these brothers will be taken.
I request you to stay there at the airport. We are going to come back to you, but we have to shift our focus currently to the other important story that we are tracking. This one is about Uttar Pradesh, where a shocking case of triple murder had come to light from Uttar Pradesh's Shamli, where a husband has killed his wife and and two daughters and buried under the ground near his home. This happened because a dispute occurred where the man was upset about his wife and daughters not wearing a burqa. A man in Uttar Pradesh has been arrested after allegedly killing his wife and two young daughters and burying their bodies inside his house. This is what the police has said. The incident took place on the 10th of December in the Ghari Dalot village under the Khandla police station area. But it came to light on the Tuesday evening when there were workers and there were police officers who were trying to retrieve the body. Authorities have identified the accused as Muhammad Farooq. The police has said that he shot his wife while she was preparing tea at the home. More details say that the daughters that he killed, one of them was 12-year-old, who was also shot when she tried to intervene, while the 5-year-old was reportedly strangled to death. Farooq is said to have buried the bodies in a pit inside the house and lived normally for several days before the crime was discovered. On air, ladies and gentlemen, are the visuals of the workers who are trying to retrieve the body of the wife and the toddlers, the 12-year-old and the 5-year-old daughter who the man had shot dead. During the interrogation, the accused had allegedly confessed to the killings. However, he has on record not given a statement. He, in fact, had gone on to say that he reportedly became angry when his wife had went out without wearing a hijab. Following the discovery, the members of the victim's family have staged a protest and attempted to confront the accused, prompting police intervention. The security has been heightened in the village and additional personnel have been deployed. So extremely tense situation there that's coming to light from Uttar Pradesh's Shamli. This is a gory murder that took place over burqa, over a wife not wearing a burqa. When the kids tried to intervene, they were shot dead and strangled as well. The burqa triple murder has now shocked the nation. The victim's family has demanded answers on screen. Ladies and gentlemen, are the visuals, the three bodies that the man Farooq in this case, the accused in this case, had buried under the ground. He shot dead his wife. The 12-year-old, when she tried to intervene, she was also shot dead. Meanwhile, the 5-year-old daughter was strangled to death. Extremely horrific visuals coming in there from Shamli in Uttar Pradesh. Three bodies that have now been retrieved. It had been excavated last night. Visuals coming in there. And the man that you see on your screen is the accused. He has now been arrested. However, the probe in the case is still underway to know if there were more people that were involved in the triple murder, because what we're talking about here is three bodies that are being buried, and it could not be the job of one man. The excavation was carried out last night. The police says that the accused has allegedly confessed to his crime. The investigation is underway. But what it actually reflects, ladies and gentlemen, is about the intolerance that's still there prevalent in societies in places like Uttar Pradesh and Shamli in this case, which has come out now in the open. Adarsh is joining us live from Lucknow. आदर्श, ये जो केस है वो 10 दिसंबर की रात को हुआ, जो उन्होंने मारा अपनी बीवी और दो बच्चों को, वो 10 दिसंबर तक हुआ, और जो बॉडीज़ हैं वो कल ही बरामद हुई थी. तो क्या ये 5 और 6 दिनों में किसी को पता नहीं चला कि उन्होंने बॉडी ग्राउंड के नीचे रखी थी? क्या तब पुलिस नहीं आ पाई थी? और क्या पता चल रहा है आपको इस केस के बारे में?
देखिए, शुरुआती जानकारी में सबसे पहले जो फारूक था उसने पहले पुलिस को गुमराह करने की कोशिश की। पुलिस को उसने ये बताया कि उसकी बीवी और 2 बच्चे गायब हैं। उसके बाद जब पुलिस ने लगातार छानबीन की, छानबीन में पता चला कि उसी के ऊपर पूरा शक जो है वो पुलिस का जा रहा है और उसको लेकर कड़ाई से पूछताछ की गई। पूछताछ के बाद जब पुलिस ने कड़ाई बरती तो उसके बाद फिर फारूक ने बताया कि उसकी बीवी बुर्का नहीं पहनकर मायके जाती थी और इसकी वजह से उसने पहले अपनी बीवी को गोली मारी। हालांकि उसके 5 बच्चे हैं, उसमें से पहले उसने 3 बच्चों को अपने दादा के घर पर भेज दिया था और 2 जो छोटी बच्चियां थी वो वहीं घर पर सो रही थी और गोली की आवाज़ से जब दोनों छोटी बच्चियां जग गईं तो उसके बाद पहले उसने बड़ी बेटी को गोली मारी और उसके बाद दूसरी बेटी है उसका गला घोंटकर हत्या कर दी और तीनों ही लोगों को उसने अपने ही घर में गड्ढा खोदकर करीब 10 फीट नीचे दफना दिया। और दफनाने के बाद जब 4-5 दिन तक पुलिस की जांच में लगातार कोई सुराग सबूत नहीं मिल रहे थे तो पुलिस ने इससे जब कड़ाई से पूछताछ थी तो इसने ये बताया कि उसकी बीवी उसका कहना नहीं मानती थी और ख़ासतौर पर मायके जाने के समय पर बुर्का नहीं पहनने की वजह से उन दोनों के बीच में विवाद हुआ था और इसी को लेकर उसने अपनी पत्नी की हत्या की। तो फिलहाल पुलिस इस एंगल पर भी जाँच कर रही है तो क्या इस पूरी घटना में, पूरी हत्या के इस साजिश में कोई और लोग भी शामिल थे या नहीं थे और अगर थे तो उनका क्या रोल था, इस एंगल पर भी पुलिस जांच कर रही है।
आदर्श, क्या आपकी मृतकों के परिवार से बात हो पाई है? उनका क्या कहना है इस बारे में? क्योंकि ये जो वारदात सामने आई है ये सिर्फ कोई नॉर्मल मर्डर नहीं है। मारा गया उनकी बीवी को क्योंकि उन्होंने बुर्का पहनने से मना कर दिया था, वो बाहर गई थी बिना बुर्का पहने। तो इस मामले में क्या आप जो मृतकों के परिवार वाले हैं उनसे बात कर पाए हैं? उनका क्या कहना है इस बारे में?
देखिए, हमने बातचीत करने की कोशिश की थी लेकिन चूंकि वो अपने परिवार से अलग रहता था तो परिवार के दूसरे सदस्य जो हैं वो इस पर फिलहाल बात करने को तैयार नहीं है। हमारी जो पुलिस से बातचीत हुई है उसमें उन्होंने ये जानकारी साझा की है कि बुर्का पहनने की वजह से फिलहाल ये विवाद सामने आ रहा है। हालांकि आधिकारिक तौर पर किसी ने भी अभी बुर्के को लेकर बयान नहीं दिया है, लेकिन इतना ज़रूर है कि पुलिस हर एंगल पर जाँच कर रही है और परिवार वालों को भी उनसे पूछताछ की जा रही है क्या वो भी इस पूरी साजिश में शामिल थे या नहीं थे, क्या उन्हें इस बात की जानकारी थी या नहीं थी कि आखिर बुर्का पहनने की वजह से जो फारूक है वो अपनी पत्नी के साथ लड़ाई करता था और क्या ये बात इतनी दूर तक चली जाएगी।
जी आदर्श, आपका बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद हमारे साथ सारी जानकारी शेयर करने के लिए। हम आएंगे वापस आप पे जब और भी खुलासे होते हैं इस केस में। बट फॉर नाउ लेडीज एंड जेंटलमैन, इट्स टाइम फॉर अस टू slip into our short break, and after the break we'll get you more details of the gory murder that took place in Uttar Pradesh's Shamli, where a husband had gone ahead to kill his wife and 2 daughters because the wife went outside without wearing a burqa. This is the shocking burqa triple murder.
R Pure Shahi Paneer Masala. Delicious, healthy, every day.
Not there. मेरा काउंटर टॉप टूट जाएगा। मेरी चिमनी टूट जाएगी। What are you doing?
रानी, इस घर में कुछ है जो टूटता नहीं।
ये पिलर कभी नहीं टूटेगा। रुंगटा स्टील TMT से बना।
रुंगटा नहीं तो घर स्ट्रॉन्ग नहीं। रुंगटा स्टील TMT बार एकदम सॉलिड।
MDH की हल्दी मिर्ची धनिया करे कमाल, ये रंग दे, ये खुशबू दे, ये तीखा, ये कम पड़े, क्या निराला MDH मसाला।
From Asia's largest news headquarters, setting the agenda for Bharat. You're watching Republic.
Getting you the latest coming in. A shocking case coming out from Uttar Pradesh where a man killed his wife and 2 daughters for leaving the house not wearing a burqa.
We're getting our viewers all the updates as investigation continues, but the headlines first. Let's get started. Shocking case of triple murder in UP's Shamli. Man shoots wife and 2 daughters over burqa dispute.
My right to ask questions. अभी ये मत लो यार।
अच्छा ठीक है।
बिल्कुल मेरा right है। Constitution gives me a right to ask questions.
Congress maintains insult to armed forces over Operation Sindoor and says did not make any distasteful remark. Luthra duo in custody of Goa police to be taken to Mapusa court upon landing in Goa. Former Chhattisgarh CM Bhupesh Baghel under ED lens over liquor scam, close aide has been arrested. Indian Navy commissions MH-60R Seahawk multi-role helicopter squadrons. Suspected terrorist movement spotted in Samba. Jammu and Kashmir police conduct search operations along with sister forces. Amid severe smog in Delhi NCR, Supreme Court to hear the plea about worsening air conditions in the city. A disturbing case has come from UP Shamli, where a wife's decision to go to a parent's home not wearing a burqa has proved fatal, viewers. We see that there has been a case where a man has killed his wife and daughters. The wife went to a parent's home without wearing a burqa. Husband shot and killed her upon her return a month later. When their 2 daughters woke up at night hearing the gunshot, he killed them to 2 and left and buried all 3 in a 6-foot deep pit he had dug in the house as part of his plan. 6 days later, on Tuesday, the accused confessed to the police during questioning that he had killed his wife and 2 daughters. Around 10 p.m., the police excavated the house and recovered the bodies of all 3, sending them for post-mortem examination. A triple murder has created an atmosphere of fear in this entire community, viewers. Getting these updates coming in, the wife paying a very big price for not wearing a burqa. I want to go across to my colleague who's joining us. Adarsh is joining us live from Lucknow. Adarsh, this is a very unfortunate incident which has come in, and I also want to ask you that bodies कहाँ से recover हुई हैं? Also forensic investigation भी चल रहा है. Forensics ने क्या बोला है अभी तक?
देखिए बिल्कुल बॉडी जो है वो फारूक के घर से ही उसके बाथरूम के पास से रिकवर हुई है। करीब 10 फीट नीचे गहरे गड्ढे में उसने खोदकर बॉडियों को दफन किया था। बताया जा रहा है कि इस पूरी घटना की सबसे बड़ी वजह यह है कि उसकी जो अपनी पत्नी से लड़ाई हुई थी तो पत्नी ने बुर्का पहनने से मना कर दिया था और बुर्का पहनकर बिना बुर्का पहने वो अपने मायके चली गई थी। इस बात को लेकर फारूक जो है नाराज था और इसी वजह से उसने अपनी पत्नी की पहले गोली मारकर हत्या की और उसके बाद फिर उसकी 2 बेटियां जो वहीं पर सो रही थी उनमें से एक बेटी को पहले गोली मारी और उसके बाद दूसरी बेटी का गला घोटकर हत्या कर दी। तीनों को एक ही गड्ढे में खोदकर दफना दिया। इसके बाद पुलिस ने जब उससे कड़ाई से पूछताछ की तो शुरुआती जांच में उसने पुलिस को गुमराह करने की कोशिश की। पुलिस को बताया कि वो तीनों लोग गायब हैं, उनकी जांच की जाए। लेकिन जब पुलिस ने कड़ाई से पूछताछ की तो उसने ये बताया कि उसने बुर्का ना पहनने की वजह से और बिना बुर्का पहने जब उसको मायके चली गई तो इस वजह से वो नाराज होकर उसने जो है अपनी पत्नी और 2 बेटियों की हत्या कर दी है। बताया जा रहा है कि इस वजह से आरोपी के जो आसपास के गांव वाले लोग हैं वो भी नाराज हैं। साथ ही साथ जिस महिला की उसने हत्या की, अपनी पत्नी की जो हत्या की है, उसके घर वालों ने फांसी देने तक की मांग की है। बताया जा रहा है कि इसमें और लोग अगर शामिल हैं तो उस एंगल पर भी पुलिस जांच कर रही है कि क्या फारूक ने किया कि तीनों मर्डर जो है अकेले किया था या कोई और भी इसमें शामिल है।
यस ओके, ऑल्सो मोटिव के बारे में थोड़ा सा बोलिए आदर्श, क्योंकि क्या मोटिव बुर्का नहीं पहनने वाला था या और कोई मोटिव आ रहा है कि इन्वेस्टिगेशन और चलेगी और हमको और पता लगेगा कि बुर्का मोटिव था या कोई और मोटिव भी हो सकता है, ये भी पुलिस देखेगी बाद में।
देखिए, शुरुआती जांच में जो जानकारी निकल कर आई है उसमें सबसे बड़ा मोटिव यही निकल कर आ रहा है कि पहले रुपए पैसे को लेकर कुछ लड़ाई उसकी पत्नी से हुई थी और खासतौर पर वो अपनी पत्नी को पर्दे में ही रखना चाहता था। और जब ये लड़ाई बढ़ी पैसों को लेकर तो उसके बाद उसकी पत्नी बिना बुर्का पहने मायके चली गई और इसी वजह से वो नाराज था। जैसे ही पत्नी वापस वहाँ से लौटी तो उसने अपनी पत्नी की हत्या की। इस एंगल पर भी पुलिस जाँच कर रही है कि क्या इसमें पैसों के लेन देन को लेकर भी कोई मामला था या सिर्फ बुर्का पहनने को लेकर, बुर्का ना पहनने को लेकर ये नाराजगी थी। और इसी बात पर पुलिस पूरी अपनी जाँच कर रही है। फॉरेंसिक टीम ने लगातार वहाँ पर एविडेंस इकट्ठा किए हैं। घर के आसपास के जो लोग हैं उनसे भी पूछताछ की जा रही है कि आखिर फारूक किस तरीके का व्यक्ति था, क्या उसने बुर्का पहनने को लेकर इससे पहले कभी और आपत्ति दर्ज की थी या नहीं की थी, और साथ ही साथ इसमें और कोई लोग शामिल थे या नहीं थे। तो तमाम पहलुओं पर पुलिस जांच कर रही है और कुछ दिनों का समय पुलिस को लग सकता है कि आखिर सिर्फ
I wanted to hold on for a second. I'm being joined right now by Brinda Adige, women activist who's joining us on the phone line. I just want to take a question to Brinda Adige. Thank you for joining us with Republic TV, Brinda. Of course, very unfortunate incident that we are seeing play out here, where what it looks like in the beginning, as the investigation, of course, will confirm this later on, that a woman, she left her house without wearing a burqa, and when she came back home, the husband shot her, not just her, the two innocent daughters as well, Brinda.
This is murder in the name of whatever religion or culture that they think that they are following for the safety of women, because women are not safe from their own families. And making this excuse that she went out of the house without wearing a burqa just goes to show the kind of indoctrination that happens because of a religious ideology and a dogma that women have no agency of their own on how they can dress and go or make a choice what they want to wear and they must not wear. He must be punished as per law as a premeditated murder. And no judge should listen to him when he says he did it out of passion, anger, whatever it might be that, most of the defense lawyers come up with. This is nothing but murder, and he has planned it, and he found the burqa to be an easy excuse to say, this is what I shot her for. And what was his reason for shooting the children? This man is a maniac, and this maniac cannot be let loose anywhere. He is not only a danger to the society, he is a danger to his own family. I hope that the defense lawyers who will be looking after his bail and things like that will understand that this man is a predator, and this predator is not going to be out in the open for any reason and any excuse. But we also want to check that the police register a watertight case, get all their forensic evidence in place, so that there is no loophole for the prosecutor or the judge to let go of this murderer.
Brinda, before I let you go, there are two things which have happened here which are very concerning, especially when we talk about gender equality and violence against a particular gender. Number one is what a woman wears a justification for her to be attacked, and that too inside her own house, Brinda.
Absolutely not. The Constitution is supreme. My religious ideologies and dogma are not greater than my Constitution. And the woman is a citizen of this nation, of this country. So the Constitution guarantees her that safety and protection to choose what she wants to wear. How can this woman, who might have thought that her house is the safest place, her family are her members who will keep her safe, has this husband who shot her? I'm sure there must be much more to the story, but giving an excuse not wearing a burqa, that is absolutely unacceptable. One is the kind of dogma that he has been indoctrinated with, that women must wear burqa when they go out and they can be killed. And that is the honor for the family or for the man. This is something that needs to be shattered by religious leaders to say that the woman can wear whatever she wants because that Constitution is bigger than my religious dogma. Absolutely unacceptable that he shot her inside the house.
All right, thank you, Brinda Adige, women activist, for joining us. We were tracking this shocking update coming in from UP. Getting you some of us viewers, let's go straight across to Bengaluru, where we see a case of civic apathy out in the open. That is right. In a case which is very shocking, we see that a man suffered a heart attack. Bengaluru man suffers a heart attack, dies on road as wife desperately was begging for help. The tragic incident exposing serious lapses in emergency medical response and public apathy. 34-year-old man died after suffering a heart attack in the early hours in South Bengaluru, with CCTV footage capturing his wife's desperate pleas for help after their two-wheeler crashed while rushing him to the hospital. With no ambulance available in time, that couple reportedly set out on a bike, but the man collapsed on the way and succumbed as bystanders failed to intervene promptly, viewers. So a very shocking case. Civic apathy caught on camera. 34-year-old dies from a heart attack in South Bengaluru after failing to receive timely medical assistance. And despite visiting 2 hospitals with no immediate assistance, a tragic incident occurred on the way to another hospital. Ultimately, he was declared dead at the hospital, viewers. Viewers, we are getting these updates coming in on Republic TV, and this is Venkat Ramanan, who worked as a garage mechanic and was married since Jan 2020. And the couple tried desperately to save the life of Venkat Raman, the deceased, resident of Balaji Nagar. Developed severe chest pain at around 3:30 a.m. while at home. He reportedly suffered a minor heart attack earlier, and his condition worsened rapidly, leaving him extremely weak. Putting all those pictures out for you, because it's a very unfortunate incident that we see playing out, where you can see the wife absolutely helpless there, asking for help, asking the cars which are going past to stop, but to no avail. Nobody is stopping. It's a case of civic apathy out in the open. You can see that. And this is caught exactly on CCTV, viewers. We have put those pictures out for you, viewers, where we see that it's a tragic incident in South Bengaluru has raised serious questions over emergency medical response and public apathy after a 34-year-old man died following a heart attack, forcing his family to seek medical help on a two-wheeler in the early hours of the day. The deceased developed severe chest pain at around 3:30 a.m. while at home, and he had reportedly suffered a minor heart attack earlier, and his condition worsened. With no immediate medical assistance available, Venkat Ramanan and his wife set out on a bike to reach a hospital. The couple first approached a nearby private hospital, but were allegedly told that no doctor was available at the time. They then went to another private hospital where an ECG reportedly indicated a mild heart attack. But as you can see, viewers, and nobody was stopping by. All right, Shivam is joining us from our newsroom. Shivam, I'm coming across to you. You know, these pictures are so difficult to watch for anybody who's watching right now. And what is more shocking is that even though the wife tried her best to stop the cars, no one is stopping. It's an example of civic apathy where nobody is stopping by to help a fellow citizen.
Yes, it's definitely a display of civic apathy, and when people are supposed to help, people are ignoring the person who is dying in front of them. And it's a very tragic incident that exposes very serious gaps in emergency response, even of the medical team and the public apathy. He was just 34 years old, and this life could have been saved because the cause of death, as we are being told and we are being informed, is a heart attack. He died. He was just 34 years old and he died because of a heart attack, and he was forced to seek medical help, but he was on a two-wheeler, and this was something that happened in the early hours in the southern Bengaluru. The deceased name is Venkat Raman. He was a resident of the Balaji Nagar in Ittamadu, and he developed serious chest pain, and that was around 3:30 a.m. while at home. And around 3:30 a.m. this is what happened. He had reportedly suffered minor chest inconvenience, chest pain, which is what he had suffered, and his condition deteriorated rapidly, and he could not get any sort of help. And this shows civic apathy and the help the relatives wanted, the wife wanted, but she couldn't achieve. No medical support, no medical attention was received by the lady, and the man died because of this. Because time is very crucial when you have to save somebody's life. Medical emergency situation demands immediate response from the medical evacuation teams, from ambulances from the doctors. Had it been that he would have received quick response from the medical teams, this life would have saved.
Yes.
The family alleges that despite diagnosis, emergency treatment was not
Thank you for getting those details. Thank you for getting those details. Definitely civic apathy can be seen there, viewers, with no support coming in for a fellow citizen. We will be getting back. I need to move ahead right now. We are put a focus. Goa Airport is these pictures, live shots coming from Goa Airport. This is the Luthra brothers at the Goa Airport after the Delhi court grants transit remand. The Goa police are with the owners of the Birch by Romeo Lane nightclub in Goa's Arpura, which remember that's where the tragic fire incident had taken place. This is Gaurav and Saurabh Luthra have touched down in Goa just a day after the Delhi court granted a 2-day transit remand. The move marks a very, very important step into deadly fire that killed 25 people earlier this month. First Republic, pictures coming in from the Goa airport, First Republic. It's time for the Luthra brothers to face the law after being deported from Thailand. Visuals coming in, viewers. Earlier we show you visuals of them touching down yesterday, where they came from Thailand and then they touched down on Indian soil. And right now they are at the Goa airport. They were arrested immediately after touching down on Indian soil yesterday. Let's go straight across to my colleague Sorali, who is in Goa. She has been getting us all those updates. Goa police arrested the duo upon their arrival. And now we see that they are in Goa. What is next for the Luthra brothers, Sorali?
Yes, that is true. They'll be taken to Asilo for medical checkup, which is a district hospital in Mapsa, post which they'll be taken to Anjuna police station, and then they'll be produced in the court of Mapsa.
Yes. Okay, we'll go to Sorali in a moment for now, but these are pictures coming in. Luthra brothers land in Goa airport. They were, remember, just getting you through the timeline, once the brothers were detained by Thai police in Phuket after the Indian authorities initiated steps to suspend their passports and sought their deportation. Yesterday, they were deported. The deportation was carried out following due legal process under the India-Thailand extradition framework. The accused are right now in Goa. Investigators will question them specifically on the lapses, the safety, compliance, event permissions, and their role in organizing the fire show that led to one of the deadliest nightclub fires in the state's recent history, viewers. So we'll go back to Sorali in a short while from now to help our viewers understand what is next for the Luthra brothers. They are facing a lot of criminal charges. A criminal case was registered at the Arpura Anjuna police station under section 105, 125, 125A, 125B. And these sections relate to negligence and acts endangering human life. The pictures coming in from the Goa airport. The Goa police had formally arrested both of them when they arrived in Delhi and had produced them before the Patiala House Court yesterday, seeking permission to take them to Goa for further investigation. The court granted a 48-hour transit remand and directed authorities to ensure that the accused are provided with the medicines they required during the transit. Okay, so we're getting these updates coming in, viewers on Republic TV. We'll go back to Sorali in a short while from now. And these pictures are coming in. So next for the Luthra brothers, like Sorali was telling us, they will be produced at the Mapusa court. So that's the next step and the next stage in the investigation, where both the brothers will be produced at the Mapusa court. They also will be interrogated on the lapses which have come out during the preliminary investigation. Gaurav and Saurabh Luthra have reached Goa airport. And this is following their arrest at Delhi's IGI airport. The brothers were deported to India from Thailand, ending a 10-day international search after the deadly fire at their nightclub that claimed 25 lives. A Delhi court had earlier granted Goa police a 2-day transit remand to facilitate their transfer. Luthra brothers will be produced next before a judicial magistrate in Mapusa, Goa, as the investigation into the incident is continuing. Now, both these brothers fled India on December 7th, hours after a fire at the nightclub claimed 25 lives. They had been staying at a hotel in Phuket and were deported to India under escort by the Thai authorities. They were first detained in Thailand, now we see that they have finally landed to face the law. Let's go back to my colleague Sorali. Pictures coming in of the Luthra brothers, and we have been highlighting this for a long time now as we have been doing the coverage of the tragic fire which took place, as we have been telling our viewers that the brothers tried to evade the law, but not for long. Now that they're here, now they're arrested, next they will be produced at the Mapusa court. Sorali.
Yes, that's true. They'll be taken to Asilo District Medical Hospital for the medical checkup, and then they'll be taken to Anjuna Police Station, wherein this entire case has been registered. We all know that FIR has been registered under the sections of BNS 105, 125 and 287 for which they'll be produced in the MAPTA court, wherein we'll understand how many days of remand is being allotted to Goa Police for further investigation. We all know that there are several big questions for several lapses. Corruption is also investigated. The angle of corruption is also investigated. We all know that in only 2 days in 2023, trade license was availed by delegate perpetrators of Goa fire tragedy, Luthra brothers. In only 2 days, we all know that several permissions and licenses are required to avail a trade license for any such business to operate. May it be fire NOC or town planning permission or pollution control board permission, and there are several such permissions required. So without getting proper approval, how trade license being availed? On the other hand, government officers are suspended. More than 9 arrests are done in this entire case. Only one is missing, that is the actual landowner of wherein the berth by Romeo Lane nightclub was constructed. Khosla is still on run. So we know now that they'll be taken to Anjuna Police Station, post which Luthra brothers will produce in the MAPTA court. We are going to keep you updated.
Yes, Sorali, getting these updates coming in, viewers on Republic TV. Sorali, I want to stay with you because what we have to tell our viewers is how these brothers try to leave the country. When the firefighters are working so hard to extinguish the fire, they were busy booking a ticket to leave the country, and they successfully did that. They went to Thailand. Now, what exactly was the reasoning for that?
Yes, exactly. We have been continuously tracking the story, and we have been telling our viewers how they have evaded the entire process of interrogation and arrest. We all know that around the midnight, this tragic incident in North Goa unfolded in the Arpora region. And around 1:17 a.m., the Luthra brothers, who are the alleged perpetrators of Goa fire tragedy, booked their tickets. Around 5:30 a.m., they take a flight to Phuket, and their legal team puts out arguments in front of court which totally lacks rationale. They say that they claim that they were on a business trip. They were there with a business purpose, business reason. But Goa Council puts out the argument saying that immediately after the tragic fire incident unfolded, the Goa police had raided the Luthra brothers' residence, wherein not even a single person was found. So it clearly puts out the intent that they were not on a business trip. They had evaded the arrest. They had evaded the law of the land. And we know the kind of arguments that were being put out by the Luthra brothers themselves and their legal team. Initially, they demanded for the anticipatory bail for a month. Then they started saying that they are ready to cooperate with the investigation. They are ready to fly back to India, but they should not be arrested. Meanwhile, they put out a post on social media saying that in this tough times, we stand with the families and we are ready to help. But the entire process and entire sequence of this entire story case tells us that how insensitive, there was a lack of accountability and credibility in the terms where owners of this nightclub burst by Romeo Lane, wherein this tragic fire incident unfolded because fire NOC was missing the proper adequate properties and tools to save people from fire were missing, and that's the reason. There's only one entry and exit to enter the building. We have seen through our visuals how the fire has engulfed the entire nightclub in the blazes, and people who went down in the kitchen area, in the bay area, which was constructed underground. There was no ventilation, no might be a crackdown on other government officers because the question is still the same: how much trade license issued in just 2 days? Because it's a long process to avail any trade license for any business to operate for that matter, because there are several permissions required. So Goa police is definitely going to be tough in interrogation. With Luthra brothers, we have shown you visuals just now. They have left from the Goa airport. They will be reaching in a very short while to Azilo Medical Hospital. It's a district hospital in Mapsa, wherein the medical tests, medical checkups will be done, and then they will be taken to Anjana police station, wherein this FIR has been registered. We also have to remember that 4 managers from the suburbs by Romulan nightclub itself, the third partner of Luthra brothers, that is Ajay Gupta, who has been claiming to media, saying that is a sleeping partner, but investigations suggest there's a possibility that they are quite active in the operations and management of the Romulan nightclub that is owned by Luthra brothers in several locations of Goa. Bharat Kohli is also arrested by Bharat Kohli is also arrested by the...
And Sonali, let's take a view through all the criminal charges that are against the Luthra brothers. We have seen that the charges are quite serious. And just take a view through those charges that have been filed against them.
FIR has been registered under the sections of BNS 105-125 AC, and to be very specific, 105 is culpable homicide, attempt to murder. On the other hand, 125 A and B suggests that endangering the lives of people. On the other hand, 287 is regarding the inappropriate use of fire or combustible matter. We all know that there was a performer at the spot when the fire incident took place. There was a fire show that was being executed by the performer, by the same performer, and that became the major reason for this fire incident, because the entire construction, entire building was engulfed in blazes. We have seen the tragic intensity. I need to tell our viewers that 23 people who have succumbed to death, they went down to take a shelter from this fire. They went in the underground kitchen. We have been constantly showing you through the visuals how, and there was a water body surrounding the same building, but still people couldn't be saved. The reason behind this is that there's an underground construction. The kitchen was placed below the ground. You can understand how much dangerous was it, and people would have suffered, the way people would have suffered. And you also know that justice was demanded by the families of deceased and the people from Goa, because it's very important that Goa is a tourism hotspot. There are several such nightclubs, restaurants and bars which are operating. Thousands of people from Goa, and this is a festive season. This is the month of December. New Year is supposed to come.
Yes, Sonali, well, we're coming back after a short break, viewers. Pictures coming in from the Goa airport. Luthra brothers land at the Goa airport. Next, they will be taken to the Mapusa court. They will finally face the law. Stay tuned.
R Pure Shahi Paneer Masala. Delicious, healthy, every day.
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार। विमल, बोलो जुबान केसरी।
दादी के हाथों का जादू और खुशबू से महकता घर, माँ की मुस्कुराहट और खाने की सुगंध। MDH गरम मसाला,
क्योंकि हर रिश्ता है स्वाद से जुड़ा।
We are live and breaking. I'm Shivangi Shukla getting you the latest coming in. Just a moment back, Luthra brothers have finally landed in Goa. They will be interrogated by the cops and they will face the law. All this much more coming up, but the headlines first. Let's get started. Shocking case of triple murder in UP Shamli. Man shoots wife and 2 daughters over a burqa dispute.
अभी ये मत लो यार। अच्छा ठीक। बिल्कुल मेरा राइट है। Constitution gives me a right to ask questions.
Congress maintains insult to armed forces of Operation Sindoor, says did not make any distasteful remark.
और कांग्रेस की एक आदत सी बन गई है कि देश को अपमानित करना, सेना के शौर्य को अपमानित करना, ये देश कभी बर्दाश्त नहीं करेगा।
BJP hits out at Congress party, says they have a habit of towing Pakistan line. Luthra duo in custody of Goa police to be taken to Mapusa court upon landing in Goa. Indian Army completes Apache fleet as final batch arrives. Viewers, the Luthra brothers, owners of the Birch by Romeo Lane nightclub, landed in Goa just a short while back after their deportation from Thailand. Learned that Saurabh and Gaurav Luthra were seated in the last row of the aircraft, accompanied by 4 to 5 officials from Indian authorities and the enforcement agencies to avoid disturbing other passengers. They are now have landed in Goa, where they will be produced before the Mapusa court. Meanwhile, security has been heightened as they landed in Goa a short while back. So we're getting those pictures coming in from the Goa airport. We see that both the brothers have finally landed at the Goa airport. At the same time, we see that the owners have landed. The Goa police arrested the accused brothers after they were deported from Thailand. Let's go to Surali, who's joining us. Surali, after deportation from Thailand, the Goa police sought transit remand of the nightclub owners. After the transit remand, the Goa police got them here where they are. What is next for the Luthra brothers? We know they will be produced in court very soon.
Yes, that's true. Let me tell you that they have been taken to Asilo Hospital, which is a district hospital in Mapsa for the medical checkup, and then they'll immediately move to Anjuna police station, where we all know that FIR has been registered. This entire case is in the jurisdiction of Anjuna police station under the sections of PNS 105, 125 and 287, post which they'll be produced in the Mapsa court, where we will understand how many days of remand is given to the Goa police for further interrogation, as several aspects, several layers and several angles of investigation are to be explored by the Goa police, and indefinitely Goa police is going to go tough on the interrogation with the Luthra brothers, and everything will be asked. How was the trade license availed in just 2 days without all the measures, checks and balances in place? Maybe fire energy, or allegedly it was in a CR, that zone, that is coastal regulation zone, and how many other illegal businesses are being operated by Luthra brothers, if any. All those angles will be investigated by the Goa police, and a lot of information, lot of inputs are expected from the Luthra brothers, who are the alleged perpetrators of Goa fire tragedy and owners of Birch by Romeo Lane nightclub, wherein this tragic fire incident unfolded. 25 people had to lose their lives. We also know that around 9 arrests have been done in this entire case, including the third partner, Ajay Gupta, who is claiming there is a sleeping partner, but there is a possibility that, according to highly placed sources in Goa police, there's a possibility that he was very active in the management of Romeo Lane nightclubs across the state of Goa. Also, Bharat police is arrested. On the other hand, 3 government officers are suspended, who are the former director of Pollution Control Board, former director and secretary of Panchayat, because several such licenses were approved without the parameters in place, due to which people had to lose, innocent people had to lose their lives, and when 25 people die, 25 families are devastated. Several were the staff members of the the Burj nightclub itself. They had come from various states of India and even from Nepal, for that matter, Bihar, Jharkhand, Uttarakhand, and Nepal. That's all information we have right now. As soon as they reach to Anjana police station, after all the formalities are done, they'll be produced in the Mapsa court. Back to you.
Yes, and Sorali, I also want to ask our viewers a little bit more about, ask you to tell our viewers about what exactly has been happening over the past few days. It took 10-11 days to deport both these brothers, and they, of course, had their own reasoning as to why they left India. Some of them say that, the lawyers say that perhaps it was because they had other business plans. But of course, it was a very clear attempt to evade the law here.
Yes, that's true. All the efforts were being made to evade the law of land and avoid arrest and interrogation. As we all know that around midnight on the 6th December, this tragic incident unfolded. It was a tragic night and 25 people had to lose their lives post-switch in just an hour. At 1:17 a.m., Lufthansa booked their tickets, and at 5:30 a.m., they fly to Thailand for Phuket. They fly to Phuket in Thailand. Post-which an FIR is being registered, a lookout notice is being sent, after which it comes into the light that Lutra brothers have fled the country, post-which Interpol releases a blue corner notice to check about the whereabouts of these Lutra brothers. And then
कल एक फैसला अदालत का आया और यह फैसला क्या है? क्या यह क्लीन चिट है? क्या यह टेक्निकल आधार पर दिया गया है? यह स्पष्ट होना बहुत ही आवश्यक है, क्योंकि हम सब जानते हैं जो नकली गांधी परिवार है, यह केवल फरेब, धोखा, प्रोपेगेंडा, इस पर ही जीवित रहता है। तो मैं ये बता दूं, दो मामले। पहला मामला एक प्राइवेट कंप्लेंट जो कि फाइल करी गई सुब्रमण्यम स्वामी जी द्वारा, और इस प्राइवेट कंप्लेंट में धाराएं क्या थी? धाराएं थी 403 डिसऑनेस्ट मिस एप्रोप्रिएशन ऑफ प्रॉपर्टी, 406 क्रिमिनल ब्रीच ऑफ ट्रस्ट, और सबसे जरूरी 420 चीटिंग, धोखाधड़ी। ये आरोप लगे सोनिया गांधी और राहुल गांधी पे। ये पहला मामला है। आज सवाल यह है, क्या ये पहला मामला निरस्त हो गया? क्या ये खत्म हो गया? तो तथ्य यह है कि ये जो पहला मामला है, इसका ट्रायल अभी भी चल रहा है। सोनिया गांधी एक्यूज नंबर 1 अभी भी है, राहुल गांधी एक्यूज नंबर 2 अभी भी है। दूसरा तथ्य यह है, ये जो 420 चीटिंग, धोखाधड़ी का मामला है, नेशनल हेराल्ड एजेल कंपनी की 2000 करोड़ रुपए की संपत्ति जो इन्होंने हड़पी है, इसमें 7 साल की सजा है, और यह मामला अभी चल रहा है, खत्म नहीं हुआ है। यह बात कांग्रेस पार्टी ना किसी को बता रही है, और जब पत्रकार बंधुओं ने यह सवाल आज प्रेस वार्ता में पूछा, तो ना मल्लिकार्जुन खड़गे जी के पास इसका कोई उत्तर था, और ना अभिषेक मनु सिंघवी जी, जो मेरे साथी हैं, वरिष्ठ अधिवक्ता हैं, उनके पास कोई उत्तर था। तीसरा तथ्य, सोनिया गांधी जी और राहुल गांधी, दे आर एक्यूज्ड इन दिस ट्रायल एंड दे आर आउट ऑन बेल। आज भी वो बेल पे बाहर हैं 420 करने के आरोप पर। वो मामला है अभी, और यह कहना गलत नहीं होगा कि सबसे भ्रष्टाचारी परिवार पूरे विश्व में राजनीति में कोई है तो वो नकली गांधी परिवार है। 3 सदस्य, सोनिया गांधी जी बेल पे बाहर, राहुल गांधी बेल पे बाहर, रॉबर्ट वाड्रा बेल पे बाहर। ये बेलगाड़ी है, बेलगाड़ी। जैसा आदरणीय प्रधानमंत्री जी भी कहते हैं। और मैं ये बता दूं, ये बहुत अहम बात है, ये जो पहला मामला है 420 का, 7 साल की सजा हो सकती है इसमें। इसको निरस्त कराने के लिए दिल्ली हाईकोर्ट गई सोनिया गांधी और साथ में राहुल गांधी। आदेश क्या हुआ? प्रथम दृष्टया दिल्ली हाईकोर्ट ने कहा कि यह मामला बहुत ही गंभीर है, इसको हम क्वॉश नहीं करेंगे। उसके बाद ये देखिए, मेरे हाथ में आदेश है, सोनिया गांधी जी का नाम लिखा हुआ है, सर्वोच्च न्यायालय जाती है। यह आदेश है 12 जून 2016 का। भ्रष्टाचारी एक्यूज्ड गांधी परिवार, सोनिया गांधी और राहुल गांधी सर्वोच्च न्यायालय गए। क्या सर्वोच्च न्यायालय से इनको कोई राहत मिली? तो मैं एक लाइन पढ़ देता हूं 2016 के इस आदेश से, जिसमें सर्वोच्च न्यायालय ने क्या टिप्पणी करी। सर्वोच्च न्यायालय ने कहा, इन रिजेक्टिंग द प्रेयर फॉर क्वॉशिंग द प्रोसीडिंग अगेंस्ट द पिटिशनर्स is concerned, we find no justification in interfering therewith. कोई वजह नहीं है कि इस मामले को निरस्त किया जाए। राजनीतिक द्वेष नहीं दिखाई दिया। और आज मल्लिकार्जुन खड़गे जी, डॉक्टर अभिषेक मनु सिंघवी जी क्या बोले? राजनीतिक द्वेष का मामला है। तो सर्वोच्च न्यायालय ने तो कहा यह राजनीतिक द्वेष का मामला नहीं है, क्योंकि अगर राजनीतिक द्वेष से कोई मामला है तो सर्वोच्च न्यायालय का ही जजमेंट है, भजनलाल कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन बेंच, कि वो मामला निरस्त किया जा सकता है, नहीं किया गया। अब दूसरी बात यह आती है, डॉक्टर अभिषेक मनु सिंघवी जी क्या ये नहीं जानते, प्राइवेट कंप्लेंट में जहां न्यायालय ने संज्ञान लिया है, राजनीतिक द्वेष कहां से आ जाएगा? संज्ञान तो न्यायालय ले रहा है, पुलिस तो इन्वेस्टिगेशन कर नहीं रही, एफआईआर तो है नहीं। तो ये जो राजनीतिक द्वेष वाला इनका तर्क है, ये पूरी तरह से गिर जाता है। इसके साथ मैं एक बात और जरूर कहना चाहता हूं। कल एक प्रेस वार्ता पवन खेड़ा जी ने करी, और वो प्रेस वार्ता में जिन शब्दों का प्रयोग हुआ, उससे सबको बड़ी पीड़ा हुई है, हर भारतीय को, और खासकर गांधीनगर के जो निवासी हैं। एक वक्तव्य दिया गया, गैंग्स ऑफ गांधीनगर, गैंग्स ऑफ गांधीनगर। ये गैंग्स ऑफ गांधीनगर क्या है? अगर इनकी ही भाषा में जवाब दिया जाए तो भारत के लोग तो कहते हैं डकैत ऑफ इटली, डेकॉइट्स ऑफ इटली। ये लोग भारत को लूटने आते हैं, लूटते हैं, बिना नागरिक हुए वोट करने का प्रयास करते हैं, और उसके बाद गांधीनगर के जो हमारे नागरिक हैं, ईमानदार, मेहनती, कर्मठ, देश प्रेमी, उनका अपमान करते हैं इस तरह से। तो मैं कह देता हूं, पवन खेड़ा जी को माफी मांगनी चाहिए, खड़गे जी को माफी मांगनी चाहिए पूरे देश से। और जो प्रश्न हम लोग उठाने जा रहे हैं, ये बड़े महत्वपूर्ण हैं। ये जो कल फैसला आया है, ये दूसरा मामला है। ये क्या मामला है मैं आपको बता दूं। पीएमएलए का कानून है मनी लॉन्ड्रिंग का। आप एक प्रेडिकेट ऑफेंस होना आवश्यक है, जिसकी सूची पीएमएलए एक्ट ऑफ 2002 में दी गई है। और ये जो सारे 420 इंडियन पीनल कोड का ये प्रेडिकेट ऑफेंस है, लेकिन कल न्यायाधीश जी ने ये कहा क्योंकि ये प्राइवेट कंप्लेंट है, इसलिए एफआईआर नहीं है, तो मैं इसका संज्ञान नहीं ले रहा। ये टेक्निकल बात थी, लेकिन हमें नहीं भूलना चाहिए इसके साथ और क्या क्या कहा। उसी फैसले में यह कहा है कि ईडी कैन कंटिन्यू विद फर्दर इन्वेस्टिगेशन। ईडी अपनी जांच को आगे बढ़ा सकती है, उस मामले को निरस्त नहीं किया न्यायालय ने। अब विधिक तौर पे यह भी हमें पता होना चाहिए, क्योंकि ये ट्रायल कोर्ट का फैसला है, इसको इन्वेस्टिगेटिंग एजेंसी अगर चाहे तो उच्च न्यायालय में भी चुनौती दे सकती है, सर्वोच्च न्यायालय में भी जा सकती है, फर्दर इन्वेस्टिगेशन भी कर सकती है। तो ये क्या जीत है, ये हो हल्ला है किस बात का? और एक बड़ा संदेश मैं यहां से कुछ बिंदु उठा के देना चाहता हूं। आप याद करिए, राहुल गांधी जी और अभी गौरव गोगोई जी ने संसद के पटल पर क्या कहा? उन्होंने कहा भारत की जुडिशरी कॉम्प्रोमाइज्ड है। ये गौरव गोगोई जी का वक्तव्य है। राहुल गांधी जी ने कहा भारत की जुडिशरी ये दो लोग चला रहे हैं। तो आज हमारे ट्रायल कोर्ट के जो न्यायाधीश हैं, आप देखिए, वो संविधान संगत फैसला कांग्रेस तो मान रही है, तो यह भी स्पष्ट हो गया कि भारत का लोकतंत्र मजबूत है, जुडिशरी भी मजबूत है, और यहां जितनी संवैधानिक संस्थाएं हैं वो सब मजबूत हैं। दूसरी बात, ये लोग पॉलिटिकल वेंडेटा की करते हैं। और आज ही की प्रेस वार्ता में खड़गे जी ने ये बात उठाई। उन्होंने कहा इंटेरोगेशन राहुल गांधी जी का, सोनिया गांधी जी का ईडी ने किया था। अब आप देखिए, जब ये कहते हैं कि जांच एजेंसियों पे दबाव है, ये इंटेरोगेशन होने के बाद अरेस्ट नहीं हुई। अब आप देखिए निष्पक्षता, इस पे खड़गे जी क्या बोलेंगे? आज उन्हें न्यायपालिका अच्छी लग रही है। ये वैसे ही है जैसे निर्वाचन आयोग तेलंगाना, कर्नाटका, हिमाचल के परिणाम आने के बाद अच्छा हो जाता है, लेकिन महाराष्ट्र, हरियाणा और दिल्ली जब इसके परिणाम आते हैं तो खराब हो जाता है, वोट चोरी हो जाती है। ये दोहरा रवैया ये क्या दिखाता है? ये दिखाता है कांग्रेस पार्टी अंदर से खोखली हो गई है। कांग्रेस पार्टी के पास अब मादा नहीं रहा कि वो भारत के संविधान के तहत कार्य कर सके। और ये नेशनल हेराल्ड मामले में कुछ सवाल जनता पूछ रही है। पहला सवाल जनता ये पूछ रही है, ये राजनीतिक पार्टी इसको 2000 करोड़ रुपए की जो संपत्ति है एजेएल की, इसमें इतनी रुचि क्यों है? इनका काम तो समाज सेवा होना चाहिए, देश को मजबूत करना होना चाहिए। 2000 करोड़ रुपए की संपत्ति एजेएल में, और उसमें रुचि सोनिया गांधी जी और राहुल गांधी जी की। और आप धोखाधड़ी देखिए, धोखाधड़ी ऐसी वैसी नहीं। 2000 करोड़ रुपए की संपत्ति थी एजेएल में, 90 करोड़ रुपए का ऋण था, ऋण 90 करोड़ का। तो कोई और होता तो 2000 करोड़ रुपए की संपत्ति में 100 करोड़ की संपत्ति कम भाव में भी बेच के 90 करोड़ का ऋण चुका देता। बचता कितना? 1900 करोड़। लेकिन नहीं, सोनिया गांधी जी 38% स्टेक लेती हैं और राहुल गांधी 38% स्टेक लेते हैं। एक कंपनी यंग इंडिया, और 50 लाख रुपए का पेमेंट करते हैं एजेएल को। 2000 करोड़ रुपए की संपत्ति अब किसके नाम है? जो मेजॉरिटी स्टेक होल्डर है यंग इंडिया में, राहुल गांधी और सोनिया गांधी। रुपया कितना दिया? 50 लाख। संपत्ति कितनी पाई? 2000 करोड़। ऋण था केवल 90 करोड़ का। और बड़ी बात क्या है, देखिए, ऐसे ही कोई इनको डेकॉइट ऑफ इटली के डकैत नहीं बुलाता है। जो 50 लाख दिया था वो भी अपनी जेब से नहीं दिया था सोनिया गांधी जी और राहुल गांधी जी ने, वो भी एक कंपनी थी डोटेक्स। डोटेक्स ने 1 करोड़ रुपया दिया, उसमें से 50 लाख दिया। मतलब चवन्नी अपनी जेब से नहीं गई और 2000 करोड़ रुपए की संपत्ति इन्होंने अपने कंट्रोल में ले ली। अब पहले केस के बारे में जो मैंने प्रश्न पूछे, उसका उत्तर सोनिया गांधी जी, राहुल गांधी जी में तो हिम्मत ही नहीं है कि दे दें। मल्लिकार्जुन खड़गे जी नहीं दे रहे। अभिषेक मनु सिंघवी जी विधि के ज्ञाता है, लेकिन दबाव में इतने हैं कि जब वो प्रेस वार्ता कर रहे थे तो ऐसा लग रहा था कि राहुल गांधी के लिए बोलने के लिए वो संविधान को, मनी लॉन्ड्रिंग एक्ट को और जो हमारी प्रोसीजरल कोड्स हैं उनको दरकिनार कर रहे हैं। दूसरा, ये जो सवाल पूछे हैं 2000 करोड़ रुपए की संपत्ति का आपको करना क्या है। तीसरा बड़ा एक और इसका बिंदु है, वो है कई प्रॉपर्टीज ऐसी हैं जिसमें एक एक प्रॉपर्टी से 60 लाख रुपए रेंट प्रति माह आ रहा है। 60 लाख रुपए एक प्रॉपर्टी से। अब 60 लाख रुपए अगर रेंट एक प्रॉपर्टी से आ रहा है तो 50 लाख रुपए दे के आप 2000 करोड़ रुपए ले रहे हैं। क्यों? यह दिखाता है कि कितने महाधूर्त हैं, ये महाभ्रष्टाचारी हैं, महापापी हैं, और इनका काम केवल एक है, लूट खसोट करो और नकली गांधी परिवार की तिजोरी भरो। मैं एक लाइन और पढ़ना चाहता हूं। यह दिल्ली उच्च न्यायालय का जो जजमेंट था उसका पैरा 4 है और पैरा 5। Undisputedly, National Herald building is a prime property in New Delhi, which was leased out for commercial purpose, and AGL is receiving rental of 60 lakh rupees per month in respect of this property alone. और दूसरा, thus AGL became a wholly owned company of Young India by merely paying 50 lakhs, and in this manner, Young India acquired complete control of AGL, which had real estate assets of at least 2000 crores. High Court कह रहा है दिल्ली का. In prime areas of New Delhi, Lucknow, Bhopal, Mumbai, Indore, Patna, Panchkula and other places, according to respondent complainant, the conservative real estate worth of AGL is 5,000 crores. दिल्ली उच्च न्यायालय क्या कह रहा है, सर्वोच्च न्यायालय क्या कह रहा है, ये मैंने आपको बता दिया। और उसके बाद भी इतना हो हल्ला कांग्रेस हेडक्वार्टर में, जो प्रश्न जनता पूछ रही है उस पर कोई उत्तर नहीं। आज ये कहना गलत नहीं होगा, डेकॉइट्स ऑफ इटली, नकली गांधी परिवार सबसे बड़ा भ्रष्टाचारी है, और इनका एक ही असूल है, मीठा मीठा गपगप, कड़वा कड़वा थू थू। आज न्यायपालिका अच्छी है, जो जजमेंट सुप्रीम कोर्ट, हाई कोर्ट, ट्रायल कोर्ट के आते हैं, इनके लिए सुविधाजनक नहीं होते हैं, तो ये न्यायपालिका पे भी उंगली उठाते हैं, और यही काम निर्वाचन आयोग के लिए करते हैं। तो मैं इतना ही कहूंगा, जो लोग आज कह रहे हैं ये राहत है, आगे चल के देखते हैं, जो ट्रायल अभी चल रहा है, अगर ऐसा होता है कि 7 साल की सजा होती है, जो कि मुमकिन है, तब यही कांग्रेस पार्टी, यही नकली गांधी परिवार, यही मल्लिकार्जुन खड़गे जी न्यायपालिका में ऐसी ही आस्था व्यक्त करेंगे, ये उम्मीद हमें जरूर है। धन्यवाद। इफ देयर आर एनी क्वेश्चंस वी कैन टेक।
प्रश्न अगर ठीक है, बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद।
Getting you some more updates coming in, viewers. The Indian Army has gone ahead and inducted the final batch of the 3 Apache MH-60R attack helicopters, completing its planned fleet with the first pictures of the newly arrived flying tanks emerging. The arrival of the last helicopters marks a significant boost to the Army Aviation Corps combat capabilities, enhancing precision strike, close air support and battlefield survivability. As Apaches are equipped with advanced sensors, weapons, systems and night fighting abilities. First pictures on your screen, viewers. coming in, first pictures coming in. And these are one of the most powerful helicopters, multi-role combat helicopters that you're seeing on your screen. Exclusive pictures only on Republic TV. Indian Army receiving the final batch of the 3 AH-64E Apache attack helicopters, completing its 6-unit fleet at the Army Aviation Squadron based in Jodhpur, Rajasthan. The helicopters landed at Hindon Air Force Station before being inducted into service. I want to go to Ishan, who's joining us. Ishan, these are some of the most advanced multi-role combat helicopters, and they have a cutting-edge avionics sensors and weapon systems. Just help our viewers understand why this is a significant addition to India's defense.
Absolutely. The Indian Army received these AH-64 Apache helicopters. These helicopters are known as the flying tank. They were received at the Hindon Air Base yesterday, and the visuals are shown that these 3 helicopters. Now, these 3 helicopters complete the squadron of the Indian Army that had ordered these helicopters long ago. Now, what has happened is these helicopters have a lot of multitude of weapons ranging all the way from Hellfire missiles to the 30mm chain gun, and most importantly, heat-seeking missiles and air-to-ground attack capabilities. These helicopters will be inducted in a multi-role capacity in the Indian Army, wherein they will be providing close combat support to the Indian troops and Indian infantry. Apart from that, they will also play a very crucial anti-armor role, and this will be in addition to the LCH Prachand that have already been inducted with the Indian Army Aviation Wing. These helicopters are primarily very important for the Indian Army because these will be patrolling mostly in the western sector, which have vast swaths of open land, and armor and mobile infantry vehicles can move very quickly in these regions. And these helicopters will play this crucial role of stemming the progression of these vehicles.
Yes, Sean, taking a short break right now. Thank you for getting us those pictures. A big boost to the Indian defense, offensive and deterrence capabilities along the western border. Taking a short break. Do not go anywhere, viewers. On the other side, we put our focus on some of the other stories coming in. Shocking case of triple murder in UP Shamli. Man shoots wife and 2 daughters over a burqa dispute. Congress maintains insult to the armed forces over Operation Sindoor and says it did not make any distasteful remark.
आधे बाउल दही में 4 चम्मच MDH चटनी पुदीना मसाला डाला, स्टर करो, पुदीना चटनी तैयार। MDH चटनी पुदीना मसाला। MDH थोड़े में ज्यादा स्वाद, ये हित तो है इसकी खास बात। वाओ मामा, क्या स्वाद है? अरे मेरे राजा, सबका राजा आर्थिक मसाला। केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे, दिल झूमे देखो मतवारा हुआ रे। केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ।
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार। विमल, बोलो जुबान केसरी।
MDH की हल्दी मिर्ची धनिया करे कमाल, ये रंग दे, ये खुशबू दे, ये तीखा, ये कम पड़े, क्या निराला MDH मसाला।
आर प्योर सूजी पास्ता, उबालो मिलाओ और खाओ,
8 मिनट में तैयार।
क्या टेस्ट है, सबका राजा आर प्योर मसाला।
The world is teetering on the brink of a possible third world war, which could end up in a nuclear Armageddon.
अब छोलिया हो या लोबिया, सफेद चने या काले चने,
सब कुछ मजेदार बने।
केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे, दिल झूमे देखो मतवारा हुआ रे। केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ।
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार। विमल, बोलो जुबान केसरी।
थोड़े में ज्यादा स्वाद, ये हित तो है इसकी खास बात। वाओ मामा, क्या स्वाद है? अरे मेरे राजा, सबका राजा आर्थिक मसाला।
अब छोलिया हो या लोबिया, सफेद चने या काले चने,
सब कुछ मजेदार बने।
आर प्योर शाही पनीर मसाला, डिलीशियस, हेल्दी एवरी डे।
The world is teetering on the brink of a possible third world war, which could end up in a nuclear Armageddon. I am not saying this. This is a clear statement, a clear.
Thank you for joining us on this wheel of the breaking news bulletin. Ladies and gentlemen, we're coming to you at 12 p.m. with three big stories, and a story we broke last night of the Congress insulting the army on Vijay Divas. We felt this morning, when we go back to Prithviraj Chavan, who served as a union minister very close to the Vadra Gandhi family and has been a former chief minister, we felt he would apologize, but he has not. He has doubled down. All that and more coming up, including an exclusive on Parth Pawar. Here are the headlines this afternoon. Pro-Pak Congress defends the insult. Prithviraj Chavan says no question of an apology for taking a pro-Pakistan line.
Okay. You are right to ask questions. अभी ये मत लो यार।
अच्छा ठीक।
बिल्कुल मेरा राइट है। Constitution gives me a right to ask questions.
Prithviraj Chavan cites the Constitution. When asked for the apology, says he will not give one. He justifies his insult to the army. Congress leadership goes completely silent on Prithviraj Chavan's statement insulting the army. No apology. Top leaders have gone completely silent, backing Prithviraj Chavan. It's the burqa triple murder. A man kills his wife and two daughters, young daughters, over not wearing a burqa, buries them at home in Uttar Pradesh, Shamli. Murder takes place 6 days ago. There are pictures of the excavation, bodies excavated after 6 days in Shamli, Uttar Pradesh, of the wife and two daughters. And ladies and gentlemen, Republic, the only national media network independent, not giving up on Parth Pawar, the scam and how he got away. His signature is on paper. Signature that proves he pushed the envelope to get the land, a sweet deal to snatch government land. Ladies and gentlemen, senior Congress leader and former Maharashtra Chief Minister Prithviraj Chavan today chose defiance over apology. Confronted over his remarks on India's armed forces, he refused to apologize, insisting that an apology was out of question and invoking the Constitution this morning with the media to justify himself. Chavan's original statement last night of the Congress party is no small leader, that India was completely defeated during Operation Sindoor and that the Indian Air Force was fully grounded, and his public questioning of whether the country even needs a large Indian army of 12 lakh were a direct affront coming on Vijay Divas. Let's show you the pictures and the graphics of what he said. He said it on the 16th of December, yesterday, on Vijay Divas. And coming from a former chief minister and someone very, very close to the Vadra Gandhi family. His remarks mirror the Pakistan narrative pushed by both Islamabad and Beijing after Operation Sindoor. This is exactly what China, Pakistan said. And it's not about silencing dissent or political disagreement. It's about drawing a firm line where he should have stopped. He should have apologized this morning. He did not. Congress has a record of making such statements. Pictures showed how we destroyed Pakistan air bases in Operation Sindoor and taught them a lesson that they will never forget. For the Pahalgam attack in April this year, it's a shame that they chose to first make that statement and today defend it. Here's what Prithviraj Chavan said last night and how he defended it this morning.
पहिल्या दिवशी आपला संपूर्ण पराभव झाला. 7 तारखेला जे हवाई युद्ध अर्ध्या तासात झालं त्यामध्ये आपला टोटल पराभव झाला. हे कोणी मान्य करो अगर न करो. आणि त्यामुळे त्या दिवशी भारताची जी विमानं पडली त्या दिवशी सगळा भारताचा एअरफोर्स हा ग्राउंड झाला आणि त्यानंतर एकही विमान उडलं नाही. पण कुठेही विमान उडलं की पाकिस्तानचं तुमचं विमान ग्वाल्हेर असेल किंवा भटिंडा असेल किंवा सिरसा असेल तिथं वाढायची शक्यता असल्यामुळं आपलं कंप्लीट एअरफोर्स ग्राउंड झालं.
मैं बाद में आराम से बात करूंगा. अभी आराम से बात करेंगे. तो आपको ये जो बयान है उस पर आप माफी मांग रहे हैं? बिल्कुल सवाल नहीं उठता. बिल्कुल सवाल नहीं उठता. हाँ जी सर. नहीं सवाल नहीं उठता. सवाल मैं बात करूंगा ना डिटेल में. माफी मांगने का सवाल. माफी कहाँ मांगूं? लेकिन आपके हिसाब से स्टेटमेंट गलत था क्या सर? बिल्कुल लोग मीडिया में वही सब जगह ऐसे ही चला कि अपमान हुआ है. मैं करूंगा डिटेल बात करूंगा. जी. आई विल टॉक टू मीडिया प्रॉपर्ली. सो आर यू अपोलोजाइजिंग राइट नाउ? अरे आउट ऑफ द क्वेश्चन. ओके. माय राइट टू आस्क क्वेश्चंस. अभी ये मत लो यार. अच्छा ठीक. बिल्कुल मेरा राइट है. कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन गिव्स मी राइट टू आस्क क्वेश्चंस.
Joining me on the broadcast this afternoon is Aishanya Dwivedi. We spoke a few months back, Aishanya, on the aftermath of Operation Sindoor. In fact, at that point, you were a little hesitant to, get into the politics of it. But hearing the statement, you just heard what a minister said, a former chief minister. He's been a union minister, very senior leader of the Congress party. His party has made such comments after Operation Sindoor. Wanted to get your response to it.
See, if he says that it has got the right to question, my question to him is, why are you questioning Indian Army? If you want to question in whatever way, in political way. But this is a national thing. This is something which involves nation, which involves army, which does not involve any political thing. Pahalgam, Operation Sindoor, Operation Mahadev, any actions taken against the act, terrorist act happened in Pahalgam, is everything related to army. There's nothing related to any party. Still somebody who's an Indian coming up and asking these questions the army, not any political leaders, not any political leaders. It is you are disrespecting Indian Army. And if he's well educated, he should know this, that in the satellite we have got the pictures where it is shown clearly that the terrorist base which were destroyed. In the satellite image, it is shown clearly. Still, these people coming up and questioning things like that, it is directly an insult to Indian Army, directly an insult to national investigation authorities. It is an insult to them. And he should apologize for it. ये डर्टी पॉलिटिक्स को आप मत घुसाइए इस इंडियन आर्मी और अपने जितने भी डिफेंस के लोग हैं उनके बीच में. Keep your politics with you. This is about India. This is about Indian Army.
Aishanya Dwivedi is the wife of Shubham Dwivedi. She lost her husband in the Pahalgam attack. And when we spoke, and she was on the Republic campus, and she spoke about our armed forces, saluting our armed forces for teaching Pakistan a lesson. We taught them a lesson, Aishanya, but this Congress party leader says our Air Force was defeated. The words he used were, our Air Force was defeated. And he asked whether we need an army at all. So, do you think the party leadership should apologize? Because it's gone too far. Even when you were here, there were some controversial comments.
Yes. See, first of all, he need to apologize. Because I am again saying it is not about any political party. It is about Indian Army. Second of all, when he comes up and says we do not need defense system, then he should understand that if he's sleeping at his house properly, if he's at his home, if his family is safe, it is all because of the Indian Army. It is all because of the defense system. It is not because of him or anyone else. It is about the defense system. They keep us safe. They keep us alive. If at home, if here I'm alive, if there he is alive, it's the reason of Indian Army. The way he's saying we don't need Indian Army, we do need. And air base, as he said, कि air base ने उस aircraft ने सारा काम किया था and everything. There was no Indian Army in groundwork related. That is how they work. जहाँ पे जिस चीज की जरूरत होगी वहां वो काम करेंगे, ऐसा नहीं. The way he is doing right now, questioning Indian Army, where he just want to put BJP down without using his mind. The same thing he thinks the Indian Army do. उनको जहाँ जरूरत होगी वो उसका ही काम करेंगे. जहाँ एयर फोर्स की जरूरत होगी वहाँ एयर फोर्स, जहाँ नेवी की जरूरत होगी वहाँ नेवी की जरूरत होगी. ये who is he to question? Who are we to question that?
Yeah, Aishanya, I thank you for joining us. On this broadcast, we felt we should just get a sense of what the victims feel when you hear such politics. Thank you for joining us. Didn't want to drag you in, but wanted to get your view on this. The Prime Minister speaking at the Ethiopian Parliament. I'm having to cut across. Let's cut across for a few minutes.
In this great building, your laws are shaped. Here, the will of the people becomes the will of the state. And when the will of the state is in harmony with the will of the people, the wheel of programs moves forward with hope and purpose. Through you, I am also speaking to your farmers in the fields, to the entrepreneurs building new ideas, to the proud women leading communities and institutions, and to the young people of Ethiopia who are shaping the future. I thank you for the immense privilege. Yesterday, I was also honored to receive the Grand Honor Nishan of Ethiopia from my dear friend, Prime Minister Dr. Abiy Ahmed. I accept this award with folded hands, with humility, on behalf of the people of India. Am Sagnalo. Honorable members, Ethiopia is one of the oldest civilizations in human history. Here, history is alive in the mountains, in the valleys, and in the hearts of the Ethiopian people. Today, Ethiopia stands tall because its roots are deep. To stand in Ethiopia is to stand where the past is honored, the present is full of purpose, and the future is welcomed with open hearts. The blend of old and new, this balance between ancient wisdom and modern ambition, this is the true strength of Ethiopia. The spirit of Medemar or synergy is very familiar to us in India. like the monolithic churches of Lalibela, the ancient rock temples of Tamil Nadu in India are also prayers set in stone. We too are an ancient civilization, walking confidently into the future. With the call of Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas, Sabka Vishwas, Sabka Prayas, together for everyone's growth, with everyone's trust and effort. Our emotions for our motherland also reflect our shared perspectives. India's national song, Vande Mataram, and the Ethiopian national anthem both refer to our land as the mother. They inspire us to take pride in the heritage, culture, national beauty, and protect the motherland. Honorable members, science has traced some of the earliest footprints of our species in Ethiopia. When the world speaks of Lucy, of Dinesh, they are not speaking only of fossil. They are speaking of a beginning. A beginning that belongs to all of us, whether we live in Addis Ababa or in Ayodhya. In India, we say, Vasudhaiv Kutumbakam. The world is one family. It reminds us that beyond politics, beyond borders, beyond differences, we share a common origin. And if our beginning was shared, then our destiny must also be shared. Honorable members, India and Ethiopia share warmth in climate as well as in spirit. Nearly 2,000 years ago, our ancestors built connections across great waters. Across the Indian Ocean, merchants sailed with spices, cotton, coffee, and gold. But they traded more than goods. They exchanged ideas, stories, and way of life. Ports like Adulis and Dholera were not just trade centers. They were bridges between civilizations. In modern times, our relationship entered a new era. Indian soldiers fought alongside Ethiopians for the liberation of Ethiopia in 1941. Our formal diplomatic relations began soon after India became independent. But even before embassies were set up, our people had already started writing a new chapter together. thousands of Indian teachers came to Ethiopia. They taught children in Addis Ababa, in Dire Dawa, from Bahirdar to Mekele. They reached Ethiopian schools and entered Ethiopian hearts. Even today, many Ethiopian parents speak warmly about Indian teachers who shaped the future of their children. And just as Indian teachers came here, Ethiopian students also traveled to India, seeking knowledge and friendship. They went to India as students and returned home as the builders of modern Ethiopia. I am told that some of them are present here in this parliament right now. Including the Honorable Speaker Tagese Chapo. They have also played a special role in building our people-to-people ties because they introduced Ethiopian cuisine in India. In India, we also enjoy eating Sri Anna, millets like ragi and bajra. So, the flavor of Ethiopian taf is very comforting for us. And since we enjoy eating the Indian thali, the European bayanetu also feels very familiar to us. Honorable members, today Indian companies are among the largest foreign investors in Ethiopia. They have invested more than $5 billion in diverse sectors like textiles, manufacturing, agriculture, health, and more. And they have created more than 75,000 local jobs. But I'm sure we can all agree our partnership has a lot more potential. That is why Prime Minister Dr. Abiy Ahmed and I took a big step forward yesterday. We have decided to elevate our bilateral relationship to the level of a strategic partnership. This will unleash the potential of our economics through cooperation in technology, innovation, mining, sustainability, and clean energy. It will also secure the future of our peoples through cooperation in food security, health security, and capacity building. In addition, we will also enhance our trade and investment cooperation as well as on defense and security matters. Honorable members, as developing countries, We have a lot to learn from and offer to each other. Agriculture forms the backbone of our two nations. It feeds our people. It sustains our farmers. It connects tradition with innovation. We can work together to develop better seeds, irrigation systems, and soil health technologies. As climate change affects rainfall and crop cycles, we can share knowledge in climate resilient farming, from dairy farming to farm mechanization, from millet research to food processing. Together, we can help our farmers prosper. Honorable members, in India, we have built a robust digital public infrastructure. It has transformed the way we deliver services and how people access them. Today, every citizen in India can use technology for payments, for identity, and for government services. More than half of the world's real-time digital payments now happen in India. Welfare benefits worth over $500 billion have reached hundreds of millions of beneficiaries directly in their bank accounts without leakages or corruption. 3 times every year, nearly 100 million farmers receive financial assistance at the click of a button. As you roll out the Digital Ethiopia 2025 strategy, we are ready to share our expertise and our experience with Ethiopia. And we are honored that you have picked India as a trusted partner to develop the data center for your foreign ministry. Honorable members, India is known as the pharmacy of the world. During the COVID pandemic, the entire world was worried. It was a very difficult time. Despite limited resources, we considered it our sacred duty to humanity to do everything possible to help others. India sent medicines and vaccines to more than 150 countries. It was India's proud privilege to supply Ethiopia with over 4 million vaccine doses. And our good fortune to do so in partnership with the WHO, led by Dr. Tedros, a proud son of Ethiopia, known in India as Tulsi Bhai. I'm glad that our healthcare cooperation is growing from pharmaceuticals to hospitals and from traditional medicine to telemedicine. We are committed to strengthen our health security cooperation further, from provisioning of new equipment in hospitals to capacity building to healthcare professionals. Honorable members, Ethiopia sits at a crossroads of Africa. India stands at the heart of the Indian Ocean. We are natural partners in regional peace, security, and connectivity. Our commitment to mutual security becomes stronger with the signing of the Defense Cooperation Agreement earlier this year. This arrangement focuses on closer military cooperation. It includes collaboration in cybersecurity, in defense industries, in joint research, and in capacity building. I take this opportunity to thank Ethiopia for your solidarity after the terrorist attack in India in Pahalgam in April. I also thank you for receiving our all-party parliamentary delegation so warmly and for affirming the commitment of zero tolerance towards terrorism. Honorable members, as vibrant and diverse democracies, we both understand that democracy is a way of life and it is a journey. It is shaped sometimes by debate, sometimes by disagreement, but always by belief in the rule of law and the will of the people. Both our constitutions are reflects this spirit. India's constitution begins with the words, "We the people of India." Ethiopia's constitution begins with, "We each in our hand." Victory Monument. This monument is a timeless reminder of how Ethiopia's victory inspired the entire colonized world in its quest for dignity and freedom. And in these times of conflict and uncertainty, it is a reminder that the people of the global South can stand up for themselves. Honorable members, Mahatma Gandhi gave us the concept of trusteeship. We do not own this beautiful planet and its resources. Instead, we are trustees who must take care of them and pass them to our children. The spirit of trusteeship that guides India's एक पेड़ मां के नाम, a tree for mother. A tree for mother initiative is also reflected in Ethiopia's Green Legacy Initiative. Both our nations believed in caring for Mother Earth. Both believe in giving back to nature. Together, let us work on renewable energy and green jobs. Let us work on disaster-resilient infrastructure and biofuels. And let us raise a strong voice for climate justice. India will be happy to support Ethiopia's effort to give a powerful voice to the global south at COP32 in 2027. Honorable members, I am told that there is a saying in Ethiopia, when spider webs unite, they can tie up a lion. We too believe in India that man mile to parvat bhi rasta de dete hain. When hearts are united, even mountains give way. Indeed, solidarity is a strength and cooperation is power. And today, as nations of the global south, as ancient civilization, as friends, India and Ethiopia are standing together. We stand together as member of one family, and we work for a world that is more just, more equal, and more peaceful. It was here in Addis Ababa that the dreams of African unity found a home. I am told that many streets of this wonderful city are even named after African countries. On the other side of the Indian Ocean, it was in New Delhi that India was honored to welcome the African Union as a permanent member of the G20. Last year, we marked another historic step with the inclusion of Ethiopia as a full member of the BRICS. In fact, over the 11 years of my government, the connection between India and Africa has grown many-fold. During this period, we have exchanged more than 100 visits at the level of head of the states and governments. Honorable members, the global south is writing its own destiny, and India and Ethiopia share a vision for it. Our vision is of a world where the global south rises not against anyone, but for everyone. A world where development is fair, where technology is accessible, and where sovereignty is respected. A world where prosperity is shared and peace is defended. And a world where decision-making reflects today's reality, not the world of 1945. Because the world cannot move forward if its system remains locked in the past. That is why India has emphasized a global development compact. It will prioritize technology sharing, affordable finance, capacity building, and trade of sustainable growth. That is why at the G20 summit in November, I called for an Africa Skill Multiplier Initiative to train 1 million trainers. It will build local capacities and help your efforts towards inclusive and sustainable development. Honorable members, my personal association with tea is well known, but it is impossible to come to Ethiopia and not mention coffee. It is one of your greatest gifts to the world. In an Ethiopian coffee ceremony, people sit together, time slows down, and friendship deepens. In India, too, a cup of tea is an invitation to talk, to share, to connect. And just like Ethiopian coffee and Indian tea, our friendship is brewing strongest. Today, I stand before you among sisters and brothers with a deep sense of gratitude and bright hope for the future. The future is calling, and India and Ethiopia are ready to answer. Honorable members, as I conclude, I give you my word that we will work together as equals. We will build together as partners. And we will succeed together as friends. Thank you for the honor of addressing this parliament. Thank you for your friendship. Thank you for your trust. Tabbaraku. Dena hunnu. Am sagnalo. Thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, those are the visuals coming in from the Ethiopian Parliament, where Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi has just addressed the joint session. It is all smiles and a long-standing ovation to the Indian Prime Minister as he concluded his address on deepening the bilateral relationship between India and Ethiopia. On his two-day visit on the second leg of his three-nation tour, the Prime Minister has deepened the strategic partnership with Ethiopia by bringing in an additional strategic dimension. Not only India has signed 8 memorandums of understanding over the last 2 days, while the Prime Minister has been visiting Ethiopia for the first time since he took reins in New Delhi. This has also been a landmark moment where the Prime Minister was also awarded Ethiopia's, highest civilian honor, which was bestowed upon the people of India through Prime Minister Narendra Modi. It is all smiles in the Ethiopian Parliament as it stood in congratulations and gratitude to the Prime Minister for his address to that joint session of the Parliament. After this, Prime Minister Modi is expected to travel to Oman now for his third and final leg of his three-nation tour from the Levant in Jordan, where he started now to the Horn of Africa and Ethiopia, which is the second most populous nation in Africa, one of the key allies of India in terms of defense and now trade and other dimensions. Let me also bring you the details of all those agreements that were signed by the Prime Minister before coming to this joint parliamentary session. He has signed various MOUs while leveling up and upgrading ties between India and Indonesia to now a strategic partnership, including various other agreements signed to deepen our bilateral ties, from peacekeeping troops to data centers to debt restructuring. That's the latest coming in on India and Ethiopia's new and renewed strategic partnership. And while India has been building bridges in Ethiopia, ladies and gentlemen, it's Bangladesh now which has been a cause of concern. And in the latest, the Bangladeshi High Commissioner has been summoned to the Ministry of External Affairs after recent remarks of certain politicians in Bangladesh over the threat alleged against Indian diplomats in Dhaka. That's the latest coming in at the moment, ladies and gentlemen. The Bangladeshi High Commissioner has been summoned. That is Mohammad Riaz Hamidullah, the Bangladeshi High Commissioner in New Delhi, has been issued a formal diplomatic protest or a demarche over the recent attacks on the Indian High Commissioner in Dhaka and the inflammatory and anti-India comments made by certain politicians. Those are the visuals of him going into the Ministry of External Affairs while he was issued that demarche. Those are exclusive visuals only on Republic of the Bangladeshi envoy there going in. This has come specifically after various hate comments were made by certain quote-unquote student leaders in Dhaka of the newly formed National Citizens Party over cutting off the Northeast and the Seven Sisters and in fact even threatening our diplomats. My colleague Chandrakala joins us live on the broadcast with more details on the story. With more details, Chandrakala, you're outside the Ministry of External Affairs. What's the latest that you're picking up on the demarche now issued to the Bangladeshi High Commissioner? All right. We'll be getting in those details in just a moment, ladies and gentlemen, but that's the latest coming in at the moment. The Bangladeshi High Commissioner has been issued a demarche. And my colleague Chandrakala joins us live now on the broadcast. Chandrakala, what are the details that you're tracking?
Yes, of course. Now India has summoned the Bangladesh High Commissioner M. Riaz Hamidullah to the Minister of External Affairs today, just a while ago, over concerns related to the security of the Indian High Commission in Dhaka following the receipt of a threat. Now, this move comes amid recent anti-India remarks by the NCP leader, the National Citizen Party leader Hasnat Abdullah, previously this week, who reportedly made a public speech threatening to isolate India's northeastern states and provide refuge to separatist groups in the event of instability in Bangladesh. Now, Abdullah is actually known for his strong anti-India stance. Now, we know that what sources are confirming that the Minister of External Affairs has conveyed India's concerns regarding the safety and security of its diplomatic mission and personally in Dhaka. And when we know that, of course, that India has removed all its non-essential staff from the Indian High Commission in Dhaka since 2024, when, of course, which has led to the unrest in the country, leading to the ouster of Sheikh Hasina. So, yes, the Bangladesh High Commission has been summoned here just a while ago, and India has issued a strong protest regarding the threat being issued in the Indian High Commission there in Dhaka.
Chandrakala, also give us more details, because what we are collecting at the moment is that the meeting lasted for about 20 minutes and in fact the High Commissioner there was summoned by the Joint Secretary of the Bangladesh and Myanmar Division. There are some serious apprehensions now, starting with Mohammed Yunus making such similar statements on Seven Sisters, first in China and now it becoming a very popular, open kind of a political discourse in Bangladesh with just 2 months left to the general elections there. What kind of protest has India registered and why it was important to now summon the High Commissioner there and raise it formally?
I have already mentioned that the Minister of External Affairs has taken up this matter quite seriously with the Bangladesh Authority. Now that with elections slated for early 2026, this inflammatory rhetoric risks further complicating relations between the neighbors. Now we know that Hasnat Abdullah, a prominent leader of Bangladesh's newly formed National Citizen Party, and a figure from the student-led government movement, that has toppled Hasina's government, has spoken out again, has given an anti-India remark, of course, targeting the India's northeastern states, and he is saying that he has warned that Bangladesh could shelter separatist and anti-India forces and potentially severe India's northeastern states, often referred to as the Seven Sisters from the rest of the country. Is something very serious at this moment, and India has taken up this issue quite seriously. We'll have to wait and watch as to what could be the outcome, because now that India has lodged a strong demarche against summoning the High Commissioner, is something very serious to look at.
Thank you very much, Chandrakala, for tracking those details, ladies and gentlemen. Moving on to more breaking news details coming in after the Ministry of External Affairs summoned the Bangladesh High Commissioner there for a strong demarche over the comments being made on India's Seven Sisters. All right, in the interim, we are getting more breaking news details coming in. The Income Tax Department has now conducted a raid on the Bastion pub, which is reportedly owned by Bollywood actress Shilpa Shetty, located in the on Church Street in Bengaluru. Bastion is also known as one of the city's most expensive and high-end pubs. Ladies and gentlemen, the Income Tax Department has carried out inspections and verification of documents during this raid. So trouble continues to mount for Bollywood actress Shilpa Shetty there, with more raids being conducted this time at her very popular Bengaluru pub Bastion, which is one of the most high-end pubs in the city of Bengaluru. The Income Tax Department has carried out various inspection of documents in various cases related to it, but trouble continues to mount as the Income Tax Department has now raided a pub in Bengaluru, which is owned by Bollywood actress Shilpa Shetty. That's the latest coming in. The Income Tax Department has now carried out a raid and inspection at the Bastion pub in Bengaluru, which belongs to Bollywood actress Shilpa Shetty. The income tax officials have conducted this raid in connection to inspections and verification of documents. And during this raid, these documents by the Income Tax Department are on the radar, in the connection to which case we'll be bringing you more details on the story in just a second. But that's the latest coming in. More trouble continues to mount for Shilpa Shetty, the Bollywood actress whose Bengaluru pub has now been inspected by the Income Tax Department. All right, that's the latest visual coming in, ladies and gentlemen, exclusive by Republic Kannada, where the Income Tax Department officials reached the Bastion pub in Bengaluru today. My colleague Abhishek joins us live on the broadcast with more details. Abhishek, do tell us more about this raid that has been carried out at the very popular and high-end Bastion pub in Bengaluru, owned by Bollywood actress Shilpa Shetty.
One of the prime locations, one of the major pubs which has been operating in Bengaluru since a long time, which is owned by Shilpa Shetty. It was operating after the working hours last couple of days ago, and also we had found that there was a fight in the Bastion pub which actually broke out the news in the last couple of days, after which a FIR was filed. And today marks another day where the income tax officials have raided the Bastion Garden City pub, which is being operated by Shilpa Shetty, because they had received that there are some discrepancies in the financial aspect of the pub which is owned by Shilpa Shetty, and the seizure or the raid has been continued as of now, and we are awaiting much more response from the IT sources as of now, but it is unclear as to why this income tax department raided all of a sudden without giving any hint, or probably even without any complaint as of now. But we will have to wait for our sources to reveal what has been found in the books of accounts in the Bastion City's pub as of now. Kritarth.
All right, thank you very much, Abhishek, for bringing us those details. Ladies and gentlemen, the income tax raid on Shilpa Shetty's pub owned in Bengaluru, the name is Bastion, and the IT radar now tightens on Shilpa Shetty, the Bollywood actress. Moving on to more breaking news details, ladies and gentlemen, that we are tracking for you from across Bharat. This is Bharat in 1 minute. Opposition MPs staged protest in Parliament premises over National Herald case and demanded Prime Minister Modi and Union Home Minister Amit Shah's resignation after a Delhi court refused to take cognizance of the ED's money laundering charge sheet against Congress MPs Sonia Gandhi and Rahul Gandhi. Karnataka's Chief Minister Siddaramaiah and Deputy Chief Minister D.K. Shivakumar joined the Congress protest at the centre's decision to rename Manrega scheme. Congress party also called for a nationwide protest against the centre over renaming the Manrega scheme as VBMG scheme. 3 people died and 1 was injured after a car lost control and rammed into a tree. The emergency team rescued 4 people. 1 survivor has been sent to the civil hospital, while bodies of the 3 others have been handed over to the police for post-mortem in Gujarat's Amreli. Coming up next on Live and Breaking, Ajit Pawar's son Parth Pawar's letter sparks controversy. Letter shows that he signed a document which demanded expedited land document processing. The Ajit Pawar linked Parth Pawar land scam now grows bigger, ladies and gentlemen. And when we come back, we'll bring you more details. Do not go anywhere. Republic is Live and Breaking.
$13,000 placements last year. At Amity, we are committed to nurturing passionate, hardworking and proactive professionals.
Our pure Shahi Paneer Masala. Delicious, healthy, every day.
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार। विमल, बोलो जुबान केसरी।
दादी के हाथों का जादू और खुशबू से महकता घर, माँ की मुस्कुराहट और खाने की सुगंध। MDH गरम मसाला,
क्योंकि हर रिश्ता है स्वाद से जुड़ा।
13,000 placements last year. At Amity, we are committed to nurturing passionate, hardworking and proactive professionals.
थोड़े में ज्यादा स्वाद, यही तो है इसकी खास बात। वाओ मामा, क्या स्वाद है? अरे मेरे राजा, सबका राजा प्योर मसाला। केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे, दिल झूमे देखो, मतवारा हुआ रे। केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ।
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार। विमल, बोलो जुबान केसरी।
MDH की हल्दी मिर्ची धनिया करे कमाल, ये रंग दे, ये खुशबू दे, ये तीखा, ये कम पड़े, क्या निराला MDH मसाला।
Our pure Shahi Paneer Masala. Delicious, healthy, every day.
केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे, दिल झूमे देखो, मतवारा हुआ रे। केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ।
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार। विमल, बोलो जुबान केसरी।
दादी के हाथों का जादू और खुशबू से महकता घर, माँ की मुस्कुराहट और खाने की सुगंध। MDH गरम मसाला,
क्योंकि हर रिश्ता है स्वाद से जुड़ा।
थोड़े में ज्यादा स्वाद, यही तो है इसकी खास बात। वाओ मामा, क्या स्वाद है? अरे मेरे राजा, सबका राजा प्योर मसाला।
प्लीज स्टॉप।
झुमका, तेरा झुमका, तेरा झुमका।
नॉट देयर, मेरा काउंटर टॉप टूट जाएगा।
तेरा झुमका।
मेरी चिमनी टूट जाएगी। What are you doing?
रानी, इस घर में कुछ है जो टूटता नहीं।
ये पिलर कभी नहीं टूटेगा। रुंगटा स्टील TMT से बना।
रुंगटा नहीं तो घर स्ट्रॉन्ग नहीं। रुंगटा स्टील टीएमटी बार एकदम सॉलिड।
MDH की देगी मिर्च,
देगी मिर्च का तड़का, अंग अंग फड़का।
From Asia's largest news headquarters, setting the agenda for Bharat. You're watching Republic.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. You're watching Live and Breaking with me, Tripathi Patnaik, at 1 p.m. this afternoon. Our top story continues to remain the new letter that has now emerged in a shocking twist in the Parth Pawar-linked land scam in Pune. In that letter, we find details of how the documents were allegedly asked to be expedited in this very, very important case linked to the Deputy Chief Minister's son in Maharashtra. And I'll bring you all those details in just a moment. But as always, let's start this Live and Breaking Bulletin with the headlines. Congress leader Prithviraj Chavan, after insulting the Indian Armed Forces, now defends his statement, says we don't need a large army.
Okay. You are right to ask questions. अभी ये मत लो यार. अच्छा ठीक. बिल्कुल मैं मेरा right है. Constitution gives me a right to ask questions.
When asked for an apology, top Congress leader Prithviraj Chavan says that an apology is out of question. Congress leadership goes completely silent on Prithviraj Chavan's statement, not even an apology that has been issued. Man kills wife and two daughters over no burqa, buries them at home in Uttar Pradesh's Shamli. Burqa triple murder in Uttar Pradesh shocks the nation. Bodies excavated after 6 days. Parth Pawar's letter sparks controversy. Letter shows he signed a document which demanded expedited land document processing.
I also thank you for receiving our all party parliamentary delegation so warmly and for affirming the commitment of zero tolerance.
Prime Minister Modi addresses the Ethiopian parliament, says both nations are committed to countering terrorism as the nations elevate their partnership to a new strategic dimension. And ladies and gentlemen, we start this bulletin with a shocking case of the burqa butcher this afternoon. A shocking incident came to light from the Shamli district of Uttar Pradesh, where a wife's decision to not go to her parents' house without wearing a burqa proved fatal when her husband shot her and killed upon her. Upon returning home after a month, when their two daughters woke up at the night hearing the gunshots, he killed them both too and buried all three in a 6-foot deep pit that he had dug in the house, part of his plan. 6 days later, the accused confessed to the police during a questioning that he had killed his wife and two daughters, and now around 10 a.m. this morning, the police excavated the house and recovered the bodies of the three, sending them for post-mortem examination. That's the shocking case coming in from Uttar Pradesh's Shamli district, where a man in a fit of rage not only killed his wife but also his two daughters over a demand for wearing burqa. Let's go to the ground zero and bring you the details of the shocking case from Uttar Pradesh's Shamli district. My colleague Komal reporting for us.
9 फीट गहरा गड्ढा है। यहाँ पे फारूक ने अपनी पत्नी और 2 बेटियों को दफना दिया। कट्टरपंथी सोच जो है फारूक की वो निकल के सामने आई है और उसी सोच ने देखिए उसकी पत्नी और 2 बेटियों की जान जो है उसने ले ली है। और ऐसे में बुर्का नहीं पहनने से, जिस तरह से देखिए कल एसपी का भी बयान सामने आया था, जो फारूक ने पुलिस के सामने भी बयान दिया है कि वो मायके गई थी और ऐसे में बुर्का नहीं पहनी थी, उस बात से बहुत ही ज्यादा वो आहत था। उसे पैसे भी मांगी, पैसे नहीं दिए, इस बात से बहुत ही आहत था। उसे नीचा दिखाया गया और ऐसे में उसने हत्या जो है अपनी पत्नी और 2 बेटी की कर दी। ये गड्ढे में उसने दफन करके रखा। इसके साथ ही अगर हम आपको पहले तो इस घर की तस्वीर दिखाएं, संतोष थोड़ा सा इधर कैमरा पैन करके भी दिखाइए। देखिए बहुत ही ज्यादा इंटीरियर ये इलाका है एकदम। आप अगर शामली से अंदर आएंगे, गांव के अंदर आएंगे तो यहाँ पे ये 2 कमरा है। ये कुदाल आपको नजर आ रहा होगा जिससे जो है गड्ढा भरा था। जब उसने इस पूरे वारदात को अंजाम दिया और उसी के बाद वारदात को अंजाम देने के बाद इस कुदाल की मदद से उसने गड्ढे को भरा। अब यहाँ पे अगर और तस्वीर दिखाए तो ये दिखाइए किस तरह से यहाँ पे आपको एक राख नजर आ रहा होगा। दरअसल फारूक ने क्या कहा अपने बच्चों को, अपने परिवार में उसने यही कहा कि उसने अपनी पत्नी और दोनों बेटियों को अलग से किराए का मकान दे दिया है, वो वहां रह रही है। लेकिन सच बात ये थी कि उसने उसके पूरे कपड़े को जो है यहाँ पे जला दिया ताकि किसी को कोई शक ना हो। अगर वो कपड़े देखेंगे तो जाहिर तौर पर ये सवाल जरूर खड़े होंगे कि आखिर कपड़े तो यहाँ है, आप कह रहे हो आपने दूसरी जगह मकान लेकर के उनको घर पे दे दिया है। तो ऐसे में देखिए शक जो है वो गहराता चला गया। बच्चे लगातार सवाल कर रहे थे क्योंकि 2 बेटा भी है, वो सवाल कर रहे थे। तो ऐसे में देखिए फिर उसने अपने परिवार में अपने दादा से बात की, बच्चे ने बताया और उसके बाद देखिए ये जो पूरा मामला है वो परत दर परत खुलते गया।
नाम का व्यक्ति है और उसके पत्नी और 2 बच्चियां गायब हैं। तत्काल हमारे चौकी इंचार्ज गंगेरू, हमारे SHO कांतला सतीश मौके पे आए और फारूक जिसकी पत्नी और बच्चे गायब थे उससे उन लोगों ने सख्ती से पूछताछ की और उसने बताया कि मेरी पत्नी के साथ मैं और हमारे 5 बच्चे घर में रहते, बहुत गरीब मैं था और मैं होटल पे काम करता, रोटी बनाने काम करता था मैं। हमारी पत्नी विगत 1 महीने पहले, चूँकि मैं गरीब था और हमारी शादी मंसूरपुर मुजफ्फरनगर में हुई थी, वो हमसे कुछ पैसे मांग रही थी। इसको लेके हमारा विवाद हो गया था और बिना वो बुर्का और नकाब के अपने मैके चली गई अपनी छोटी बच्ची को लेकर के। इस बात को लेकर काफ़ी परेशान था कि हमारी इज्जत चली गई और मैं जाके 1 महीने बाद अपनी पति को घर पे लेके आया यहाँ पे और तभी से मेरे मन में भाव जग गया कि लग रहा है इसका मामला कुछ और है और मुझे मेरी इज्जत अब नहीं करती है ये, और तभी मैंने इसको जान से मारने का प्लान बनाया।
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's the shocking case coming in from Uttar Pradesh's Shamli district. My colleague Komal reporting for us live from Ground Zero. Komal, take it away. What are the updates that you're tracking from Ground Zero?
बिल्कुल देखिए अगर शामली जिला की ही बात करें तो बहुत ही ज़्यादा इंटीरियर ये इलाका है। यहाँ पे एक तरफ आपको पुलिस की मौजूदगी भी घर के बाहर नज़र आ रही होगी और ये 2 घर हैं, यानी एक पहला वाला जो आपको गेट नज़र आ रहा है यहाँ पे फारूक का परिवार रहता है और ये जिस गेट में अंदर जाएंगे और आपको वो गड्ढा दिखाएंगे, यहाँ पे फारूक जो है अपनी पत्नी और अपने बच्चों के साथ रहा करता था। लेकिन ऐसे में देखिए सबसे पहले आपको ये गड्ढा दिखाए तो 9 फीट गहरा ये गड्ढा है। इस गड्ढे को उसने किया और उस गड्ढा करने के बाद देखिए किस तरह से शवों को जो है यहाँ पे ठिकाना उसने लगा दिया। और ऐसे में जो उनकी माता से अभी हमने बात की फारूक की, तो फारूक की माता भी यही कह रही थी कि बगल का ही उनका ये घर है, लेकिन परिवार से कोई आना जाना नहीं था। फारूक जो है वो हमेशा से एक सनकी मिजाज का रहा और ऐसे में काफ़ी पाबंदी में वो अपनी पत्नी अपने बच्चों को रखता था। संतोष थोड़ा इधर भी कैमरा दिखाइए और ये घर दिखाइए। ये देखिए ये 2 कमरा है, ईंट का बना हुआ है ये घर और बताए तो देखिए कच्चा सा ये मकान है, लेकिन यहाँ पे आपको कुदाली भी नजर आ रही होगी जिससे गड्ढा भरा जाता है। ये रूम, ये कमरा जहाँ पे परिवार के साथ जो है उसकी फारूक की पत्नी और 2 बेटियां सो रही होती है, लेकिन ऐसे में ही वो बाहर निकलती हैं और ऐसे में 2 गोलियां जो है उसने अपनी पत्नी और बेटी को मारी और उसके बाद छोटी बेटी जैसे ही उसकी नींद खुलती है गोली की आवाज से तो डंडे से मार के पहले उसकी चोट सर पर चोट करता है और ऐसे में सर पर जब गहरी चोट आती है और उसकी भी मौत हो जाती है। उसके बाद शवों को ठिकाना लगाने के लिए गड्ढा 9 फीट गहरा गड्ढा जो है वो किया जाता है। लेकिन सवाल यही है कि आखिर इतनी कट्टरपंथी सोच कहां से आई कि महिला बिना मायके जो गई, बिना बुर्का पहन के गई और ऐसे में इतना वो गुस्सा हो गया, इतना नाराज हो गया कि उसने अपनी 2 बच्ची और अपनी पत्नी को देखिए मौत के घाट उतार दिया, सभी को झकझोर कर रख दिया है। अगर हम परिवार की ही बात करें तो देखिए परिवार का भी काफी ज्यादा रो करके बुरा हाल है। आस पड़ोस जब महिलाओं से भी हमने बात की तो उनका भी ये कहना है कि ये बहुत ही गलत है कि अगर एक महिला बिना बुर्का के के वो अपने मायके चली जा रही है, तो ऐसे में उसको मार देना, उसका कत्ल कर देना एक कट्टरपंथी सोच को भी दर्शाता है। और ऐसे में अगर आस पड़ोस की ही बात करें, यहाँ पे भी भीड़ देखे लग गई है, लोग भी यहाँ पे पहुंच रहे हैं। हालांकि फारूक को लेकर के जब भी उनसे सवाल किया जा रहा है तो यही कहना है कि फारूक किसी से कोई लेना देना रखता ही नहीं था, शांत रहता था। और ऐसे में देखिए उसने इतनी बड़ी घटना को अंजाम दे दिया है। 9 फीट गहरा गड्ढा, इसको भरा, उसमें भरने में भी काफी ज्यादा समय लगा होगा। और यही नहीं, चालाकी इतनी ज्यादा थी, परिवार को शक तब हुआ, पहले वो परिवार को, आस पड़ोस के लोगों को, छोटा बेटा जो है उसे यही बोल के टहलाता गया कि कमरे किराए के मकान में जो है उसकी बहनें और उसकी पत्नी है। लेकिन ऐसे में 2 दिन पहले, जब ये कल चूंकि रात में पकड़ाया है, और ऐसे में 2 दिन पहले यहाँ पे ये जो राख आपको नजर आ रहा होगा, ये कपड़ों का राख है, यानी जो कपड़े रखे हुए थे उसे भी उसने जला दिया। जब परिवार ने देखा कि ये कपड़े आखिर क्यों जला दिए, तो ऐसे में परिवार को शक होता है, और शक होने के बाद जो है पुलिस को सूचना दी जाती है, जिसके बाद देखिए इस पूरी सनसनीखेज वारदात जो है वो निकल के सामने आती है। कुछ लोग भी यहाँ पे हैं, वो भी लगातार देखने ही आ रहे हैं। फारूक को लेकर के कुछ ज्यादा जानकारी है आप लोगों को, कैसा मिजाज का था वो?
नहीं जी,
मतलब अच्छा एक बात बताइए, बिना बुर्का पहने अगर मायका चली गई महिला और उसके साथ इस तरह से बर्ताव करना क्या सही है? उसको मौत के घाट उतार देना कैसे देख रहे हैं, ये तो बता ही सकते हैं आप लोग।
हाँ जी, देखो इंसाफ तो मिलना ही चाहिए।
हाँ। क्या कहेंगे? बिना बुर्का अगर मायके कोई जा रहा है, बिना बुर्का पहन के वो जा रही है, तो क्या उसको मौत के घाट उतार देना चाहिए? कोई इजाजत देता है इसकी? कोई भी धर्म इस बात की इजाजत देता है?
इसकी कोई इजाजत नहीं देता। देखो थोड़ा बहुत तो ऊंच नीच होता रहता है, ऐसा नहीं है कि।
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's the ground report coming in from the Shamli district in Uttar Pradesh, where my colleague Komal is reporting for us live. Let me also take you through the other updates that we are tracking in this story, ladies and gentlemen. Komal, thank you for bringing us those details. And in the interim, let's also take a look at what the mother of the accused has said in this entire conversation, where she is saying that this was an often occurrence where his son was at odds with the wife and the daughters, and they would be locked inside often. These are some shocking details coming in. Listen into the mother of the main accused in this case and what she had to say.
फारूक जो कि आरोपी है, उनकी माता जी हमारे साथ है। माता जी, फारूक किस मिजाज का शख्स था? क्योंकि जैसा कि उसने पुलिस को भी बताया कि बुर्का नहीं पहनने से बहुत नाराज हो गया, कभी ऐसे अनबन करता था कपड़ों को लेके भी वो?
जी वो पर्दे से में रखा था, बुरखे से मैं अंदर रहती, बाहर नहीं आती, बच्चे आ जाते हैं। कोई बाहर का काम इतना हमारे साथ रहा, ठीक हम कर देते, हमारे साथ लड़ाई कर रखी थी, साल से वजह बनते हैं।
आप लोगों से बात नहीं होती थी?
ना बाप से ना अम्मी से। बच्चे थे मेरे पास आ जाते, कोई चीज की तमन्ना थी ले जाते, दे देते। हाँ,
तो जब जैसे उनकी पत्नी और दोनों बेटियां जो हैं वो गायब हो गई, उसने तो दफना दिया, लेकिन परिवार को या आस पड़ोस में किसी को भनक नहीं लगी, तो आप लोगों ने पूछा आखिर कहाँ हैं वो लोग, आ नहीं रहे हैं, क्या जवाब मिलता था?
बच्चों ने बताया मेरी अम्मी, मेरा हम घर बनाओगे, मेरी अम्मी ने शामली वो ले गए किराए पर कमरा, वहाँ छोड़ दी।
In the interim, ladies and gentlemen, a new twist has unfolded in the ongoing controversy surrounding the alleged 300 crore government land scam in Pune's Mundhwa area, where 40 acres of a plot of Maharvatan land classified as government-owned land was leased for a botanical survey of India and was reportedly then sold to Amdia Enterprises LLP, a firm in which Parth Pawar, the son of Maharashtra's Deputy Chief Minister Ajit Pawar, holds a majority stake. A letter now allegedly signed by Parth Pawar urging the district administration to expedite the registration of the land in his name on official records has now surfaced, with claims that it demonstrates direct involvement and pressure on the officials to fast-track the entire process. While the transaction has faced several allegations of undervaluation and improper stamp duty waivers and procedural irregularities leading to the FIR, arrest and ongoing probe, Parth Pawar has not been named in the official complaints, in fact even given a clean chit in the investigation that was conducted by the Maharashtra government-formed SIT. So now big questions are emerging on this massive Pawar clincher as this exclusive document has been accessed by us, and my colleague Meenakshi joins us live on the broadcast with more details on the story. Meenakshi, do tell us about the letter that we have accessed and what does it tell us about this case?
Yes, as you have already mentioned that Republic has accessed the remand copy of Speaker Kejwani, and why what we have seen in this copy is very important. It's number 8, number 11 and number 12 points. what is here is that clearly police is claiming here that the accused along with the co-accused in collusion with MH Enterprise LLP and the District Industry Center Pune got the bid registered by falsely claiming stamp duty exemption, even though no such exemption was actually granted as per rules. So police is claiming in their remand copy of Sheetal Tejwani that MH Enterprise is involved in this case and also claiming alleged role of MH Enterprise. So it's clear investigation that MH Enterprise is has a key role in this case. What we have seen from the first day is that Pune police arrested Sheetal Tejwani. Pune police also arrested Sub-Registrar Ravindra Taru. But Pune police is not doing anything on MH Enterprise, not investigating proper role of MH Enterprise. No action has been taken against MH Enterprise. Why? We know MH Enterprise, who own this company. Parth Pawar has 99% of share of this company, and one Digbijay Patil, who has owned 1% of share of this company. Now, Digbijay Patil skipped 4 summons, and after that he appeared before Pune police, and 3 hours of interrogation he left Bavdan police station. And we are getting information that Pune police, while interrogation with Digbijay Patil, Pune police claim that Digbijay Patil has not said anything on this land deal. So, Digbijay Patil's role also are not properly investigating in this case. As we have seen the activists raising this point, the question on this point. Mr. Vijay Simba repeated. He said that all this investigation is eyewash and it's scripted. You know, already Bombay High Court said that Pune, who is trying to protect? Pune police is trying to protect whom? And this raises also big question. Now, Pune police investigation, Pune police actually what they are doing on this investigation? Are they really protecting someone? Protecting Deputy Chief Minister's son, Parth Pawar? If they are not protecting, then they have to prove that they are not protecting Parth Pawar. And they have to do proper investigation on MH Enterprise. They claimed on demand copy that MH Enterprise role is big in this case, but they are not taking any action against MH Enterprise. They have not yet arrested Digbijay Patil. So, in this case, it's clear, is it really eyewash by Pune police in this Pune land scam? Back to studio.
All right, thank you so much, Meenakshi, for joining us with those details coming in on that story. We'll be shifting our focus to other breaking news that we are getting in from Karnataka. Now, the crackdown on the Karnataka's prisons continue under the newly appointed DG Prisons, Director General of Prisons, Alok Kumar. Authorities intensifying searches over the last 36 hours and seizing a range of illegal items that have been smuggled into jails across the state. During the special drive now, the officials recovered mobile phones, knives, narcotics, underscoring serious security lapses with 6 mobile phones, as you can see on your screens. Mobile phones and 4 knives have also been found at the central prison of Bengaluru, while Mysuru prison researchers led to the seizure of the 9 mobile phones and 11 SIM cards, as the prison department vowed strict action to curb contraband and tighten the jail security. Abhishek joins us on the phone line for more. Abhishek, well, now this is a proof of what's been going on once again and the prisons of Karnataka as a crackdown continues. Now, phones, mobile phones, and not just mobile phones, knives have also been found.
Rakshita, this isn't the first time that various substances in the jail have been secured. And after Alok Kumar, who took in charge as the ADGP of the prisons, has very clearly mentioned to all the SPs of the various other jails located in the entire state that if at all any harmful item or any harmful substance is found within the jail without the notice of any SPs or any officers, all of them will have to face the consequences under the law is the point number one, which we had mentioned as soon as he took the charge, and after which we have seen various other jails in the state of Karnataka have been raided, and various other mobile phone SIM cards and unwanted substances as well as narcotic substances have been found in the jail as of now. So we will have to see how Alok Kumar responds to this and how the Home Minister responds to this at this point of time, Rakshita.
All right, thank you so much, Abhishek, for joining us with those details coming in on that story, viewers. And now we shift our focus to the other story that we're tracking for you from across the country. This is Bharat in 2 minutes. Opposition MPs staged protests in Parliament premises over National Herald case and demanded Prime Minister Modi and Home Minister Amit Shah's resignation after a Delhi court refused to take cognizance of the ED's money laundering charge against Congress MPs Sonia Gandhi and Rahul Gandhi. Karnataka Chief Minister Siddaramaiah and Deputy Chief Minister